Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks, KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app. Available from the app store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we're on the Facebook. Facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hello there, Corbin.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning.
Tickets to Shinedown, they're going to be over in Arkansas at the Walmart Amphitheater on October 5th with Papa Roach. So we'll try and give you tickets to that at 7:30. We've got Cucked. We've got Willy Nilly. And fresh from his PP Paiza ambassadorship in Washington, D.C., Mike from Andolini's will join us. And we're going to do Cucked. And we're going to qualify people for Harley Days of May.
Hooray!
Tim Knoll of Owasso got qualified. Today, fuchsia is the color that's blends in perfectly with gray. Possible to read. It's like 10-point font.
Right?
And the computer's 9 feet from me.
Surely there's a way we can make that old-timer accessible, right? Bigger fonts, brighter colors. I'll talk to the guy who made it, see what we can do. Put a ticket in.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll deal with you in a second. I got a bone to pick.
Well, I didn't do nothing.
I don't know, scammer. And we've got Cucked. So I said that. Friggin' A Friday, that's what I'm missing. What's something you miss from the 90s? A case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Tulsa Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. Where's my money, Gimpy?
It's in a...
I'm one of 20 that you picked.
It is in an account in Switzerland right now, collecting interest, about to go to prison in Africa.
We started getting like a lot of messages at, I don't know, 9:50 yesterday.
Yeah.
Of people going, hey, man, am I supposed to put my credit card in 3 times? Honest to God's text we got.
Huh?
And then other messages of asking if it was legit or whatever. And so Gimpy made a page to try and get your credit card information.
I didn't make a page.
It had your name on it.
Just because it had my name on it didn't mean I did it. God damn it. I guess some scammer out there went deep, like commitment to the bit. Took a profile picture. It was It wasn't amateur hour. No, it's not. It's not the profile picture I have now. It's the one that I had right before this one. So it was relatively recent. All right. And they took pictures from like way back in the day. Now, here's the deal. I've got like thousands of pictures on my Facebook, but this profile only had like maybe like half a dozen or so pictures of my kids, of their little memes that I had taken. And they made a legit looking profile.
Like they really committed to it.
Oh, yeah, they did. And here's another way that I'm like, obviously this is not me, but the background picture, right? The big one, not your profile picture, but the big one had our logo. And I've never used our logo as that picture. It's always something else, mostly motorcycles and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, this is totally fake. It ain't me at all whatsoever. So I had to go and, report them. You know, the fun thing about that, I reported them.
Mm-hmm.
And god dang, Facebook's like, we're not removing the profile. It didn't go against our community standards.
You're kidding me.
I ain't lying.
How did you submit it?
I submitted it as pretending to be somebody else, right? And it was a fake profile and pretending to be somebody else. And there was another one. I forget what the options were, but I did both of them, try to cover all bases. And so they sent me a message back. I checked it this morning, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to remove the profile. It doesn't go against our community standards. So here I was searching for a way to get a hold of Facebook and say, are you effing crazy? This is a complete fake account, and it's scamming people out of their money. How retarded are you? Oh, we're just going to go ahead. We're not going to remove it. Now, all right, so yesterday when all this came down, I was pissed. I don't like when people take stuff like that, try to pretend to be me. So I went and I wrote a strongly worded message.
Oh, yeah, did you?
I did. To this scammer, you sons of bitches. I said, hey, you effing cork soaker, not the words that I used.
Mm-hmm.
I says, I bet you didn't think I'd figure this out. I'm the real Gimpy McGee, and you have been reported, you effing sack of scamming S. I hope you die an awful death.
See, I wish you could have channeled your inner radio person.
Why's that?
To get them on the air.
All right, right.
We'll get a translator.
Right.
Russian translator.
Right. Hello, my name is Peggy.
You want Pippi Longstocking. I'm thinking this might be a better.
You never know. Well, they never read the message, right? I was hoping they would at least read it. And because you can tell when somebody reads a message on Facebook Messenger. Right now, it's got the little check mark that says I sent it. When they read it, it has a picture of their profile, right? So they never read it. And I clicked on that thing this morning just to go back and see if it's still up. And, well, it's a dead link now.
Well, if you block it,
if I blocked it, there was no way that I could even be able to find them, right? But I didn't block them yet because I wanted to see how far this will go. Will they respond? How long will it be up? Okay. So I go there and it's dead. It's no longer available. And I'm like, well, that's nice. I guess the scammer decided to go ahead and take it down. I don't know. They got what they needed.
Yeah, but I think a giant error
Mm-hmm.
that you are making, that I think a lot of people make, is they think it's some guy with glasses in a basement.
Oh, no.
It's a computer program.
Right.
It is highly sophisticated.
Oh, yeah.
And how about we can't get like our own salespeople to get the show correctly, but they got it right. Like big mad morning show.
They nailed it. And who the hell's Carla?
I don't know.
But they went deep. They took pictures from last year's Harley Days of May when you and I and Lindsay went and took picture. No, I try it again. Pictures.
Are you okay?
No, I'm getting heated, man. Anyhow, all right, take a deep breath.
When you get angry, do you stutter?
Sometimes.
Then you've been angry a lot lately.
Yeah, I know, right? So they took those pictures from the Harley Days of May or whatever, and they really went deep. And I'm sorry, I apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused anybody.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I'm just saying.
You didn't do anything wrong.
I know I didn't. But still, I took a screenshot and I posted it on our page, the BMMS page. I posted it on my own page, and I apologized and said, hey, if you get this, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. And of course, all the jokesters out there.
Oh, dude. There's an MMA guy. He goes by Huggy Bear online, which is also his fight name.
Uh-huh.
He's a giant human being.
Yeah.
He wants to know, they said they pay me for my wiener pics.
Yeah.
I want my money.
Right?
I want my money.
All these jokesters, man. Everybody trying to be funny. And I'm just like, yeah.
The best one is people like going, I put in my credit card information 3 times. Why do you need this for a contest?
Right?
Full disclosure, we don't need your credit card information.
Never.
Driver's license, social security number, address, date of birth, yes.
Right, but not your credit card info. Oh, yeah, vase.
But the idea that we will never need your credit card.
Never.
Don't hand your credit card over to credit radio.
Mm-hmm.
I almost swore, radio idiots.
And furthermore, the detail that's in the body of that message, it's like a soliloquy of words.
Yeah,
man.
you would never write that much.
No, never. I'll give you like the best 12 words I can give you.
Unless you want to make it strongly worded.
Strongly worded, yeah. So that's another red flag right there. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So it happens to people, I guess. This is the first time it's happened to me.
That you know of.
That I know of. True that I know of. It could have happened to me before, and it's just never popped up, or nobody's ever brought it to my attention before. I've had some identity theft in my life before, getting into my bank account and blah, blah, blah. But nothing like this. Nothing building a whole new profile and pretending to be me and trying to, scam people out of their monies.
Yeah. The blind faith and trust people have in you is mind-boggling.
Telling me, right? Hey.
The times you've told stories of like, I ain't paying that bill.
Right?
And people are like, here's my credit card
Here you
information, Gimpy.
Here's the security code on the back and my zip code because you're going to need that one too.
Seriously, Gimpy, what were you planning on doing with the money?
Leaving here.
Do you need help packing?
Going to Argentina.
Yeah, we are never going to ask for stuff like that.
No. And a lot like contests and stuff would never go on Facebook. Not like my personal page, maybe our show page.
Yeah.
But it'll be mentioned on air. It'll be on KMOD.com. It's not just going to be a straight Facebook sort of thing. For that, anyway, if we're giving away a CD or something, possibly. But for what was it, like $1,000 or something like that? You won $1,000? That's not going to be just a Facebook only contest.
Yeah. It would never be submit a bunch of information to us.
Yeah.
Well, those of you that checked, good on you. That means there's a bunch of you that didn't.
But those of you who did, well, shame.
For shame. And meanwhile, Rock'em we're watching you, man.
Right.
I mean, sir.
Whatever. Whatever.
You know, it used to be like, do you know who Molly Bloom is? Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Molly Bloom she's a woman who created the world's biggest and richest celebrity poker game. They made a movie. It's called Molly's Game. There's a book as well, of course.
Okay.
And she created this poker game and tried to do it on the up and up with her lawyers helping her. As long as she didn't take a cut of the winnings, then it wasn't considered a casino.
Right.
And so she decided if you want your seat next week, you have to reserve your seat today.
Oh.
And that's where she kind of got hung up and got greedy, but was getting people losing like $100 million in a night.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd want it back.
Mm-hmm.
And it got a little out of hand. She started doing business with the mafia. They showed up at her house.
What?
Beat her up, put a gun in her mouth.
What?
And then the next day, all those people got arrested in a federal sting operation.
Uh-oh.
Right? So she would never dealt with them again. The Russian mafia got involved. And of the most dangerous person she encountered, and she tells this story, is the guy's name was Bad Brad.
Bad Brad.
And his name was Bad Brad, not for the reason you suspect.
Okay.
It is because he was so bad at poker.
Oh.
And they were to the point where they're like, you can't play anymore. You're so bad. He just kept giving money.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeknownst to them and her and everyone else, the most dangerous person, was this dorky, not assuming guy who was creating trust and bond with them to get them to give money into his hedge fund, which was a Ponzi scheme, which he eventually got caught and took down everybody.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
So it's not the guy who comes and shows up in your house and puts a gun in your mouth.
Right.
I mean, they're dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Don't get me
undermine.
wrong.
I'm not trying to undermine that.
Next time I got a guy come to my house and put his gun in my mouth, I'll be like, you're not the one to worry about.
You see how that
Got a
happens?
Ponzi scheme going on?
Yeah. It's the guy who is trying to chum up next to you.
Gotcha.
Because that's the crazy part. Like, this could be someone you know. This could be a listener.
You have a very good point there.
This could be a friend.
Or an ex.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an ex. It's not an ex. It's too well done,
Okay.
right? There's no vengefulness. It props up.
Makes sense. I'd like to think that's none of my friends, but I mean, listen, there's real friends and then there's Facebook friends, right? I'm 99.999% sure none of my real friends would actually do that to me. 99.99999.
Yeah.
There is that slight percentage, though.
And it's
I'll
not,
give you that.
yeah, because you don't know until you know, right?
Mhm.
And you don't have to answer this is what's a real friend, right? Who crosses that threshold? There are people listening that they think they are your real friend.
Right.
but that doesn't mean they are.
Right,
and
right.
I'm not you, anybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's friends, there's acquaintances, there's people that you know. Da 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 da. Da. I'm talking real friends, people that I hang out with constantly.
So, like, I
You
have
know
this
what I mean?
thing. I have this weird quirk about me.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of having people at my house.
Mhm.
You don't say.
I just don't. And it's not the people I know.
Mhm.
It's who they know.
Right. My dad was the same way. My dad was the same way. He didn't want any of my friends in the house, and it's not me or my friends, it's who they know or whatever. Da 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 da. Don't want his stuff coming up missing.
I have plenty of people I know that have had their houses robbed,
Mhm.
and their houses were robbed not by people they know,
Right.
but they were acquaintances of those people.
Mhm. Dirty people are everywhere, man. And that sucks. It shouldn't be like that, but unfortunately, it is.
And I know that doesn't exclude me like that from happening to me.
Mhm.
The point is that way I can control who I know who's been at my house.
Right.
If like, Gimpy comes over and goes, hey, I'm going to bring my friend George. I'm going to be like, who's George? I don't know who George is. I see George once and he's in my house
Mhm.
walking around casing it.
Right. Right.
And then he tells his friend,
right.
who then shows up when I'm not there because he knows I'm on the air and takes my stuff.
Right.
Yep.
George sure has been in the bathroom a long time.
Now you got a clogged toilet and you got to worry about getting robbed.
Why? Is he a fibrous guy? Like, why would it be clogged?
It's been in there.
Why you got
a
against
long time.
George's? All right. So
George
we've got
here.
tickets to Shinedown we're going to give away. Plus, we're going to give away beer, of course. Yeah, because it's friggin' A Friday. What's something you missed from the 90s? Text it to us, BMMS, and what that is to 82945.
Let's rock. More of the Big Mad Morning Show is next.
And you get to the YouTube. Yes. That's it.
I'm confident with higher level brands, you get a different picture.
Mhm.
Confident.
Mhm.
I just don't care.
Right.
It's kind of like a diamond ring.
Mhm.
There's different levels of a diamond ring.
Mhm.
Sure.
But you get over a certain threshold, the human eye, cannot tell the difference.
Right. Now you're just spending money.
Yeah, there's
For
no reason to
status.
get, I don't know what it is, like an A diamond. You can't see the difference between an A, B, J, whatever. You need a monocle to do that.
Right.
So it's same with TVs. I'm like, who cares?
If it's going in the kids' room or like an outdoor TV, right there with you. If it's the main TV in the living room, though, oh, no.
Oh, how about this? Someone's like, what if it's at your house? Like you invite me over to watch the game and I shoot the TV.
There is so much going on in that situation. One, you owe me a new TV, brah. Two, we're not friends anymore.
You can't shoot a
Three,
gun in my house.
I'm
Yeah.
calling the cops immediately. And if you try to run off before the police get there, I'm telling them everything. I'm rolling right on over. I'm telling them everything about you. Because now you've destroyed my house. It's one thing to destroy your own property, but you come into my house and you start firing guns
And why do you got to carry a gun to a watch party?
Right.
because you never know.
Sure.
Home invasions happen, Corbin,
Sure.
in the middle of football games.
No, listen, even robbers know there's nothing to take at a Cowboys fan house. I found this list of annoying things people say. I'll say the phrase. You guys tell me if you say it. This is going to be humiliating for all of us.
All right.
Okay.
Annoying things people say.
I don't mean to be rude, but I hate this phrase.
Mhm.
You do mean to be rude.
Yeah. That's just like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt. Bye.
That is a weird psychological thing you do as a human being to make yourself feel better. I don't mean to interrupt, but that type of thing.
I don't know if I say that. I don't think I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I say that.
Okay. It's common sense is another one. I've heard people say that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's common sense, and people are lacking it nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm,
Of the two we've read, I'm not willing to go all in that I've never said them.
okay. No, I'll be honest. I've said both of those.
I simply have a powerful personality. I've never said that.
No, hell no.
I hate this statement. Let's agree to disagree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's just, let's throw in the towel here.
Well, I mean, you arguing back and forth.
Right.
There's not going to be any resolution. Let's just agree to disagree.
I see that as I don't have anything else to argue about. I can't. I have nothing left. I have no more ammunition,
Mhm.
and I can't accept that I've lost,
Right.
or I can't accept that I've won, or whatever.
Uh-huh,
And so you go to that statement.
you should just stomp your feet and walk away.
It's just a joke.
Oh, geez. I said
I've
that
said that.
Yeah.
several times on the show.
Well, okay. What is said on the show
Uh-huh.
is different than reality.
Right. Right. I get that. I get that. They're just jokes. Say that to the people they're directed to when they take
Yeah.
it personally. It's just a joke, man. Calm down.
These are annoying things people say. Let's unpack this. Okay, moving on.
yeah. Mirror you.
Do you know who I am? I've never said that.
Never.
I never have either. Not like to anybody in particular. Like, I'm at, bar, restaurant. You know who I am?
Right.
No. But like in a joking manner.
Telling a story?
Yeah.
For sure.
You know who I am?
No, you're right.
Come on.
And I've been with people that have said it and it makes me cringe. Like where they've said, do you know who this is? I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Next couple are going to sting.
Mm.
It is what it is.
Oh, that's my fave. That is my absolute fave.
I will validate that. That is annoying to hear. Well, actually.
Ugh. Those come in on a lot of
Yeah.
texts on here.
Yeah. And on this show.
Mhm.
Love the sinner, hate the sin.
Nope.
Again, another phrase that people use to excuse behavior.
Right.
Yes.
I always keep it real, and a lot of people can't handle the truth I speak.
That's just a way of saying I'm an asshole.
Totally. I've said that. I've said that line.
Mhm.
That's problematic. I don't find that one annoying.
No.
That's an observation you're making. You're not critiquing anybody. You're like, well, that's problematic.
Yeah. You can see something on the horizon like this is going to cause some issues. Yeah.
I need to speak to a manager.
Hi, Karen. I've never had to say that.
I can't, upon reflection, like with not in the moment of a fly in my soup or whatever, I can't think of a reason I need to speak to the manager.
No. It's simple. I just won't come back to X place, wherever it is.
Agreed.
There's nothing me speaking to the manager will fix.
No.
It is strictly an ego move.
Mhm.
I need to know you've heard me.
Right.
I need to believe you're going to fix this.
Mhm.
Not to play the devil's advocate, but show's based off that theory. Trust the science. I've heard that too.
Right.
I'm just an aggressive person. I have a lot on my mind.
I'm an asshole, and I need to get all this out.
Full stop.
That sounds familiar.
I've heard that. Why are you such in a bad mood? Bitch, when I'm in a bad mood and you go, why are you such in a bad mood? Whew, whew.
Just stay. Don't even ask.
Right.
Or when they think that you're in a bad mood. Why are you so angry? Why are you so grumpy? I'm not. If I was in a bad mood, you'd know it. I'm just here chilling.
But on the same side, if someone, like, shouldn't we be better as individuals and goes, hey, someone's being concerned and just calling a spade a spade.
Right.
Hey, why are you such in a bad mood? I'm not in a bad mood.
Right.
Okay. I'm
Stop
concerned
yelling
for
at
your
me.
mental well-being,
Sure.
man. Sorry, next time I'll use a more politically correct term, you pussy.
Just leave me alone.
Hey, listen, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Got a lot
Full
on your
stop.
mind.
Is there another way to come at someone like that? If you recognize someone in a bad mood?
Oh, yeah, it's easy. Just leave them be.
There's definitely don't play an active part in the person's life. Probably you have to be a little more kid glovish, right? And you're like, hey, little fella, you look like you're struggling. What's been going on? Come on, here's a lollipop. Tell me what the problem is.
Can I be a shoulder for you to cry on?
Here's another one. Live, laugh, love.
I've
Said
seen
it.
those signs.
My wife finally is getting rid of the gather sign in our dining room. I have
Oh.
no idea where we're going to eat.
What's her reason for getting rid of it? She's just like, all right,
I think I've pushed the button enough.
Fine, we'll take it down. Why are you in such a bad mood?
People come over, or my girls will go, where are we eating dinner tonight? I'm like, just look for the sign.
Right? Tell you where to go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally thought you were like, I have no idea why. I have no idea where we're gonna eat.
Right, because the sign says gas. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. We want to know from you what's something you missed from the 90s. Text it to us. You could win beer and tickets for some football happening at the BOK Center with the Tulsa Oilers tomorrow night. But right now, we got to do news quickies. These are stories you may have missed in the news, but on Friday, we do just the headlines.
It's time for News Quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News Quickies from the Big Man Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
Tori Spelling reveals mold in her home is forcing the family to leave.
I killed, what's her name? The little tiny actress that she did movies with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy. Her and her husband.
Oh, yeah. That was a shocking death. Okay. I thought it was the pills that got her.
I don't think they helped.
Well, of course.
I thought her death was unexplained.
Wow.
Well, I'm explaining it to you now.
And they thought that he had done it, possibly.
No, he died 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Because he still was in the apartment.
Gotta watch out for that mold, man.
Yeah.
Get you every time. Tibetan tourist finds corpse under his bed. Dude, talk about ruining a vacation, right?
No doubt.
I don't know. What kind of vacation were you on?
Right.
Was it like a ghost hunting vacation?
Seniors warned about using weed. Unclear if it's citizen or in high school.
That's a
What's the
good
difference?
point.
Yeah.
But it's just weed, man.
A guy laces salad with meth and girlfriend goes to the ER.
That's not a good salad topping.
No.
Bacon bits, totally.
Croutons?
Sunflower seeds, croutons.
Yeah, but for a while they had that weird mix of things that you sprinkled on top of salad.
Right.
Salad topper or something like
I know
that.
what you're talking
It was
about,
like
yeah.
an everything bagel season. I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but it looked like the stuff you sweep up off the floor and put in a dustpan.
It probably was.
So I don't know. And isn't meth like either like it's crystals like Parmesan cheese
It
maybe?
can be, yeah, crystals if you're getting nice, or if you're going old school crank, it's powder, whatever. We don't need to get in the details of it, but it's a very bitter taste. Why would you want that? I guess blue cheese is the same way. Blue cheese, people put blue cheese on their salads. So.
Delicious.
Yeah, but it's more of like chunks.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're going to the right guy, you can get chunks. I'm just saying.
You know.
Expensive, probably.
Disc golf basket prompts emu's escape. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of like how or why.
It's an interesting story. That's why I got it.
Don't fish with a gun in Kansas, game warden says.
Why not?
Woman launches middle-aged, no strings attached dating app.
Okay. Well, good for her. A woman.
I would think not because it's on a cell phone.
No strings attached. Gotcha. Woman survives 5 days stranded by drinking a bottle of wine.
That a girl.
I gotta keep going. I'm so famished. I got this red wine.
So I love stories like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not walking that much. Okay.
No.
5 days of walking. You're doing a lot of sitting. You're
Yeah.
doing a lot of board. You're doing a lot of the 6 inches between your ears.
Right. Doing a lot of drinking, apparently.
No, you're not. A bottle ain't going to last you long. That's 4 glasses.
Yeah, I know.
Right. If you just sip on it, just little baby sips.
It's my problem. I'd open that bottle,
Is
it'd
it?
be gone.
Yeah, is it?
That's what it
It's
is.
not lasting me 5
If
days.
read the headline again, Gimpy.
It says woman survives 5 days stranded by drinking a bottle
Yeah,
of wine.
For Lindsay's, it would be a woman survives 5 days in woods with boxes of wine.
boxes.
Franzia, anyone?
Right.
Yes.
Chance the Rapper wants to collaborate with Peppa Pig.
Hey, man.
I can't, my man.
Got to make that money
Nice.
somehow, man.
Sure. Is he running out of collaborations?
Right. God, I want some of that Peppa money.
Now, there is I have not read the article, but there is a chance there could, there's a possibility that there is a rapper named Peppa Pig.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not my gig, so I don't know about the rap music. Maybe there is.
Florida wants to pave roads with radioactive waste.
Got to get rid of it somehow.
That's all Florida needs now.
It's nothing but radioactive down there. Jeez. This is a no for me, dog. Man jumps in sewer at music festival to retrieve iPhone.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm out.
See ya.
I'll take the monthly payments, or I'll just not have a phone.
For real. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
You got it. I'd hug you, but no. Ohio bill would allow pregnant people to sue over unintended pregnancies.
Huh? Say that again.
Ohio bill would allow pregnant people to sue over unintended pregnancies.
So let's say we hook up, Lindsay and I, because me and you hooking up, you're not getting pregnant. Neither is, but for the
Neither
story.
am I, but
For the
yes,
story.
uh-huh.
All right, so we hook
About
up.
as equal.
We hook up, and Lindsay accidentally gets knocked up from our night of passion.
Yeah.
She could sue me because it was unintended, didn't mean to? Or
So-
is that like strictly like rape and incest and stuff like that?
I deliberately don't read the stories, but I think based off the headline alone,
Mm-hmm.
it says Ohio bill would allow pregnant people. So that if she chose to not take her birth control
Mm-hmm.
and she got pregnant, it would allow you to sue her for the unintended pregnancy. And I'm reading into this
Okay.
because it says people.
That does make sense. That does make sense.
Because the two people,
Mhm.
either one can play a part in the unintended pregnancy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Okay.
that, or probably rape, or if,
Well, rape's
he
already
said,
rape's already illegal.
yeah,
Right.
or he said he was wearing a condom, but he didn't.
Of course. I
Or
think that's the obvious one that
Yeah.
everybody's
Right.
believes, right?
Right. Or
Yeah.
she poked holes in it while I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Right. Or she said it was fine.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Wow.
40-year-old virgin.
Wow.
Or knocked up, yeah.
3 frogs face eviction from French Pond over noise complaints.
Well, that's a croak.
This guy. Man arrested after camera found in cruise ship bathroom.
We've read part of this story.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, this guy, he there's video footage of him getting arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, unless it's another story.
Bro, man.
It might be another story. It's incredibly scary and possible.
Yeah.
Again, cruise ships suck.
I
Mhm.
want to take a cruise. I find it kind of fun. I want to do it at least one time in my life.
Same.
Why not?
And exactly. Why the hell not?
Yeah, try
But-
everything once.
Exactly. Except for that.
No, your words.
Listen.
Hey, gotta know. You gotta try it yourself.
Just call me Meatloaf, man. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Anyway, but it's stories like this that I'm like, I don't know. I want to go on a cruise now.
Yeah, the reason to go on the cruise is getting more and more limited.
Yeah.
Right?
The whole I can push you off the cruise ship and there's no jurisdiction feels like the biggest reason for me.
Right. Right.
44% of Americans can't name a famous living Asian American.
Video.
I was kind of hoping the silence would go on longer. Who did you say?
No one.
So what word did you say?
Video. I was going to read a new headline. Video
She
of.
just moved right on.
I did.
Yeah, well,
Thanks for ruining the
Let's-
bit,
yeah,
Lindsay.
there's a bit there. Can you name a famous Asian American?
Living
Yeah,
famous.
Living.
Fair
Mhm.
point.
Yoko Ono.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Is Lou Diamond Phillips Asian?
Nope,
Nope.
Latino.
He plays the Asian guy, though. And the
No,
Native American guy.
he doesn't
He plays
play
the Native
Asian.
American guy,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
No.
Trying to think. I just put me in that 44%. I'm okay.
So
with it.
I had to look, right?
Mhm.
I had to look. I saw when I saw some of the names, I went, "Oh, okay,
Uh-huh.
right." But Ang Lee, director,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
George Takei,
Not a lot.
douchebag.
Oh, no. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
sure, sure. It's fun. It's sad and funny at the same time. It's funny because it's embarrassing,
Right.
Mm.
right?
Right.
Because who was the girl from the Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, they did those movies.
Yeah, Lisa.
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu. Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
But it didn't come to top of mind.
Who's-
We had to
what's-
dig.
Do you watch that show, The Good Doctor, with the kid who's like a savant or something, but he's a doctor?
Yeah.
I know the show, but I don't watch it.
There's the head doctor is an Asian American, and he was on the TV show Lost. He's been in some other stuff. He's a really great actor. But Lindsay caught me watching a segment of that show this week because apparently the doctor is yelling at this Asian American administrator doctor of, I'm a surgeon, like over and over. And people online were making a rap out of it.
All right.
Oh, God, it was so funny.
That's fun.
Yeah.
King Jong is another one.
Not Asian American.
He's not? The guy from The Masked Singer and The Hangover.
You say
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong-il?
No.
Kim Jong-un.
Ken Jong.
Oh, Ken
Ken.
Jong from
Yes, from Masked Singer and The Hangover.
actor.
Yes.
Yeah, and The Hangover. Yeah.
all right.
Actual
He is
doctor
a
turned
doctor.
comedian. Yeah.
Yes.
I was she
Racist.
bangs. She bangs. No, I was thinking she bangs.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's his name.
Jimmy Choo,
Jimmy
designer.
alive?
I don't
All right, we could sit here and name
Now you're just
names.
naming names that sound Asian.
Wong Fu.
What about the actor that just won from the Goonies?
I think the point of this story is not to go that actor.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Video of Florida man smashing glass cases with baseball bat at sporting goods store.
Sounds pissed.
What's in a glass case at a sporting watches, I guess, like Fitbits and stuff?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
or gun cases.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's fair.
I didn't read it for a reason.
Man kept dead father in freezer for a year to talk to him.
Dude, grief is no joke.
I'm telling you.
Man says American Airlines lost prosthetic leg, won't reimburse him.
That is some BS.
Meanwhile, he's only gotten to like gate 4,
Right, because he's just hopping along.
sliding like the dog from Family Guy.
Don't give him a wheelchair either.
Yeah, give that guy some help, man.
Oh my
Last
God.
one, Lindsay.
Twitch streamer makes spaghetti bolognese out of her own knee to feed it to her boyfriend.
So read the headline again.
Twitch streamer makes spaghetti bolognese out of her own knee.
So
to-
bolognese.
or bolognese.
Yes, with and out of her knee. Like, how do you make bolognese out of your knee?
Maybe she's got a fake leg. Oh,
Like she takes it off and stirs it. Maybe
maybe, or maybe she cuts off part of her knee and
there's not a lot of meat in your knee, is why I'm saying that.
I don't know. I've
Or
never
tomato
had
sauce.
never had the bolognese before, so.
Yeah, but the bolognese, wow, chef's kiss.
All right. I saved this one for last. I went to London's first sex restaurant and they put a huge dildo in my pasta.
Well, I don't know what you expected.
Right?
They weren't going to put a green pepper.
Right.
CEO says we work better together while announcing plans to cut jobs that AI can do.
Oh.
The AI just doesn't argue back. It's great. They never ask for time off. They'll work on holidays.
Mhm.
All these stories are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/BMMS69. What's something you missed from the 90s? Text it over to us. We're going to give away beer when we come back. Flushing.
Mhm.
We are so close to this month's quota.
Yeah. You have to keep track of whenever anyone in your family goes poo. You got to collect it for your kids
What
and
do you-
your wife.
You want to guess what the average household quota a year is of crap
Oh,
in this country?
oof. I'm going. Go, Lindsay, go ahead.
Like pounds?
Yeah.
Billion pounds?
£1 billion in a household.
Good
Oh, in a
Lord.
household. I'll go.
That's
Let's
a lot
go
of
with-
duty.
Let's go with 100 pounds.
Okay. Gimpy.
I was going to say 50 pounds, I think is a good quota for your family to poop.
220 pounds a year in a household. Now, these are people that
Lord.
are able to do that, right? So if you have somebody who's, they don't go, oh, sorry,
So-
they're on a colostomy bag.
It's a sliding scale, essentially.
Of course, it's an average.
Yeah.
Right. If you have only 2 people in a house compared to the house of 6, I think the scale is going to be a little different.
Does this article say like how they reach that number for the quota? Like, is it based on weight and diet and obviously household members, how many people you have in your house?
Sure. It's going to, by the number of people.
Okay.
Depends on how much your quota
it's
is.
Strictly on the number of people.
Yeah.
That judges how much you need to craft for this. Okay.
Yeah. What I said was the average.
Right. I was just thinking like, well, they look at a family of 6 and they're like, all right, well, you guys eat X amount a week. So therefore you should be producing X amount of excrement a week. So your quota is X. But I didn't know how it worked out. I guess it's just like you got 6 people. You can make this much poop.
Yeah. You should be able to make this much poop.
Should be able to.
And if not, see your doctor.
The idea that would be a stress in your life.
Yes. What does stress do?
Right.
Stress
binds you up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Question.
Answer.
Would you rather, Gimpy, pay taxes or have to collect poop? Your family's poop.
Pay taxes.
Amen.
Pay taxes, man. I am
Lindsay?
not.
I think I'd rather collect poop and use it for fertilizer than pay taxes.
You say that the first day.
Yeah, that's true.
You may even say that the second day. But when you're on, let's just say month 6 of collecting your family's excrement.
I think it's worse than that. The first day the first month, you're not going to meet the quota.
Right. Oh, my God. Oh, we can't go too far into this, but things are different for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's movements are different.
Everybody has different kinds. So let's just say you've got a bad flu one week. Flu will put you down for 4 days.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing solid about a flu.
Or how about this? You're on an antibiotic.
But you can't use that, right? Like it would have to be solid.
Listen, I didn't go deep into this. Sorry.
Right.
I didn't go to the ins and outs of every household and how many people and what antibiotics you were on and what did that have to do with it.
Yeah.
To me, the headline is enough.
Yeah. I'm assuming they just want the solid stuff. And I'm thinking.
Yeah, no,
like,
they want a
Gimpy,
good turd.
You clean up after your ferrets. I clean the cat's litter box. I mean, it's not too much different.
It's completely different. One, you're trained by the animal. The other is
right. We're trained by our parents to do it in a receptacle.
Someone text in, put a colander over the toilet bowl.
Dude,
I'm not
problem solved.
pooping in the same thing that I strain my spaghetti noodles
No,
in.
you buy 2.
Yeah, but you got to clean one,
for your
Lindsay. You
bathroom.
got to clean one.
God, and then
Sure.
you get them mixed up because, they're both silver.
One's plastic.
No, plastic absorbs smells.
Gross.
Use that one for your
Yeah,
pasta.
we're getting off. We're getting too far.
Gross. Come on, man.
220 pounds. 220 pounds.
A month. Or is that a year?
A year.
A year. Okay.
A year.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of fertilizer.
I get a bag of salt, and it's like 40-pound bag, right? For the water softener.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so like 5 of the that's a lot. I get it out of the trunk of the car and I'm like, but to do that with my own feces, family's feces is a whole other ball of wax. Amen, right?
Yeah.
When you think about the things that people go through in other countries, I'm like, can you imagine if somebody ran for office and they were like, hey, we're going to put down the national debt by harvesting our own fees. Listen to the math. There's this many number of us. We can sell it at this much. We'll have this debt wiped out in no time and have a surplus. You'll be sent a bag.
Right, a government bag. That is not the best bag ever. It kind of leaks every now and again.
Y'all couldn't wear a mask.
For real. You want me to crap in a bag every day? Ship it off.
Think about that.
It's off.
We couldn't get everybody on the same page
Hey,
with the mask.
hey, did you crap in your bag today, sir?
Look at that beta crapping in a bag.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, there's other options, man. There's other options. There are plenty of animals on this planet that we could be harvesting. Hey, we do harvest their dookie for fertilizer.
Yeah.
Why do we got to use our own? Is ours, as the human?
Yeah.
Is the human sample that much superior?
I can give you an actual reason why.
Why is that?
Box checked. We need more.
There's not enough crap in this world, which is crap in itself. There's more crap in this world than we need.
Yeah. Most people don't know this. There is a whole subgenre of studying the human feces.
Right.
And to the point where they do fecal transplants.
Right.
To make people healthy.
That was somebody's idea. That was like, guys, that was a meeting. That was a table, a long rectangular table, probably had lunch catered in. Okay. And I've got an idea.
Do the people that study fecal do lunch meetings? No.
Probably not.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
And that office gives a whole new meaning to brown bag lunch. Hey, it's brown bag lunch meeting.
It's brown bag every day.
Brown bag? To me, yeah. Whew. I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
Someone was like, Dad,
yes,
I
son.
don't want to study engineering anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, what were you thinking about getting into for the rest of your life?
I know that it is
very important.
I know that it is a family thing to be into engineering, but I've got to change it. I've got to chase my own dreams. I don't. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Giving away beer, friggin' A Friday. We do it every Friday. We want to know from you what's something you miss from the 90s. Jeff has been waiting. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. What's something you miss from the 90s?
Just morning cartoons. Old-fashioned morning cartoons.
Yeah, what was your jam?
Animaniacs and Cat Dog.
Yeah, cat dog. Alone in the world today is a little cat dog. Cat dog. Cat dog. Sorry.
What was your least favorite?
There was really the 90s had the best cartoons ever. There was really no when it come to the mornings, other than your Looney Tunes. 90s had some of the best cartoons.
Well, let's be clear. Looney Tunes sucked.
Oh, come on now.
A coyote fell off a cliff and lived.
And it was hilarious.
It's cartoon for a reason, Corbin.
Yeah, and name the last time you saw a roadrunner chase anything.
I don't live where Roadrunners live.
Yeah, it was hardly good. I mean, Animaniacs, I'll give you.
But
Looney Tunes was not great. What's that, sir?
I said, when was the last time you saw somebody float in the air?
I mean, I see planes all the time going by. There's usually 50 to 100 people in them.
That's flying, not floating.
I mean, what's the difference?
Depends on what drug you're on.
Yeah, I see Gimpy float. All right, go ahead and tell him what he's going to get, Gimpy.
The 90s were great, and that will be missed for sure. Just like you'll miss this case of Coors when it's gone. Try it again. But there's some Oilers tickets to make up for it. Back to you, Corbin.
Hang on the line, man. Gimpy's got to get your info. Have a fantastic weekend, sir.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
The Denver Nuggets became the first team to punch their ticket to the conference finals in last night's NBA playoff action. Nikola Jokic recorded his 11th career playoff triple-double to lead Denver to a dominant 125-100 Game 6 victory over the Phoenix Suns. In the East, the Boston Celtics were able to extend their season and force a Game 7 on Sunday with a 95-86 win over the 76ers in Philly. The action continues tonight with two more Game 6s. The Heat will look to clinch the series against the Knicks at home, while the Lakers aim to do the same against the defending champion Warriors. That's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay at 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite. Come up with a big dong man or
I
what?
don't know. I don't know if it's a man or a woman,
Okay.
right?
Is this person trying to get us to hook him up with somebody with a huge schlong? I don't, yeah.
It's conversations like this that create an illusion
Mhm.
that every woman wants a gigantic dong. Vaginas are all different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some, that's terrifying.
Right.
Some, that sounds exciting.
Right. Some, that's not even big enough.
Yeah. I have never thought if there is a website for women to go to find men that are well endowed. Now that we've said it aloud, I'm sure there's one.
Well, there has to be. They've got one for farmers, Christian singles.
Sure.
Why can't they have one? It's
Spoiler, those are all the same databases.
What?
Yeah.
Big dong dating.
And I'm sure there's one for this, but do like guys who like bolt-ons
Right.
breasts, is there a website for fake boobs, like only dating girls with fake breasts?
I feel like there probably is, but also I feel like that might be something in a profile, like on a dating app, like a question, like, do you prefer real or fake boobs? Or, you know what I mean?
I would know. I've never filled any
Me
one of those
either.
out, but that doesn't, you fill that out on a dating app. I don't take a lot of credibility with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on a site as looking for a partner and the website is fakeboobsforyou.com, then you better have big old bolt-ons, right? Same way for girls looking for guys with well-endowed junk.
Yeah.
If that's on, like, every guy's going to put that in his profile.
Right.
But if you're on a website of Tubuku, you better be.
Right.
I don't go to the chicken restaurant and order a hamburger.
Yeah. Do you have to upload measurements to be on these websites?
If they exist, I don't even know.
Right.
So far, I just simply Googled website for men who want to only date women with fake breasts. That seems pretty simple and plain Jane, right?
Okay.
Haven't found anything yet. Haven't found anything yet. A lot of, these are the 28 best things to know before getting a boob job, or the 10 best dating apps, blah, 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 blah. But nothing in here, fakeboobsonly.com.
Okay. I Googled double D dating website.
Was double spelled out, or you just put two big D's on there?
No, I wrote double D dating website, and there isn't one. One does not come up.
Yeah. I honestly don't think that there are websites that get that specific.
Yeah. On our trademark. On our trademark.
Yeah, absolutely. There needs to be.
People are vain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So my whole thing, if that was my company, is that you would have to do that across the board. So if you're going to have, doubleddating.com, then you got to have, tubuku.com.
Right. 9 inches or more.com.
Yeah. If whatever that
Whatever
is.
it is, yeah. I'm almost afraid to type that in.
Just like people are into feet. Like there should be a website that if you want to date someone who loves dealing with feet as a woman and you're comfortable, like there are people that's that rowboat has 2 oars,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What did you find?
Is there one?
Fatu. It says foot fetish dating platform. Feet worship and femdom chat. Fetish sex dating, the online kink community.
Yeah, I mean,
there's. I was just
Yeah,
looking for dating sites
I guess-
about foot fetishes.
I guess that'd be a subgenre of BDSM, right? So
Yeah, sure. Footfetishdating.com. Click. Footfetishmatch.com. So they do have websites that will get down into it in certain aspects, in certain areas. Giant schlongs or, mega boob isn't one of them. But feet. Why?
Lindsay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they want to know, are any of them still single? I'm 5'2", 120 pounds, pleasant on the eyes, and very capable of intelligent conversation. For the record, if you write that in there, I know you're not. Just saying, because if you were, you'd say something intelligent.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lindsay? How do you find a well-endowed man or person?
I don't know.
Oh, your
I
poor
mean,
husband.
I would say I found mine. I'm not looking.
Too late.
Yeah.
All right. What's done is done.
So I would say maybe join a matchmaker. Ask a matchmaker to help you out. I feel like that would be something that would be on a matchmaking site.
Right, but don't you think there's room for fibbing on that?
Yeah,
You get to
definitely.
embellish a lot on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Picture of you and a dog, and they're like, oh, where's your dog? I don't have a dog.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a picture of you on your dating profile. Yeah.
About that. That was my friend's dog, and I
Yeah.
thought it would just,
It's a great picture of me.
bring you in.
They do say that people with dogs in their profile pictures
Totally.
get lots of hits.
You want to, if you're a single guy, there are two ways to pick up women, in my opinion.
Mm.
A dog in a park.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a dog park. You will find probably a woman with a dog.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
God, I hope so.
Offer
Yeah.
to pick up your friend's kids at school where you have to walk in.
Oh, yeah. Single mom, single dad.
Just saying. Right? That would be the way to do it. All right. But Lindsay, well endowed.
Yeah, I would say get on a match. Hire a matchmaker. Hire a matchmaker. I don't think you're ever going to just find someone well endowed unless you are looking on someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if that's the answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing.
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
Right? If your objective's just to get that, go to the bar and ask guys.
Absolutely.
They will gladly tell you. And be ready to call them out on it. Because every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's see it. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah. You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you saying that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that.
Hotel guest wakes up to manager sucking toes. So this
Excuse me.
yeah.
Oh, my mistake. No.
This is not where I parked my car. Ooh. The incident happened in late March 30th, but the guy was just arrested. The manager was just arrested Friday, so that's why it comes down. So there's a dude, he was staying at the Hilton in Nashville, and he wakes up. Yeah.
He looks like someone who does that.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like a toe sucker, don't you?
Yeah, you
do. So this guy, he was staying at the Hilton there in Nashville. He wakes up at 5 a.m. on March 30th because the manager, 52-year-old David Neal, was down by the foot of his bed sucking on his toes. So naturally, he confronts the guy and recognizes him as the night manager because he'd come in with another employee.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Qualifying people for Harley Days in May. Jerry Stoddard of Tulsa heard the cue, so now Jerry's in the running to win a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson Dyna Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles, which is just inside Oklahoma Outdoor World off Route 66 in Sapulpa. Every hour with us and throughout the day as well. Get qualified for Harley Days in May from Steel Horse Motorcycles in 97.5 KMOD. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. We are welcoming Clutch and special guest Giovanni and the Hired Guns Saturday, August 19th at the Canes Ballroom. You can win your tickets by signing up at KMOD.com.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Good morning, Corbin. We just got done listening to 3 Days Grace, right? They won't be playing Rocklahoma this year, but Godsmack will be. You can get your full lineup, your link for tickets at KMOD.com.
All right, and we're giving away beer like we do for Friggin' A Friday. What's something you miss from the 90s? A case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. So what's something you miss from the 90s? Lindsay?
MTV from the 90s with their MTV News, Kurt Loder, and The Real World. I miss the 90s shows on MTV. The Real World was one of my favorites. With I think that they started reality TV.
Right. Them are Road Rules.
Yeah. Oh, I loved Road Rules too. And Singled Out.
Okay.
Singled Out was one of that was like the quirkiest dating show ever. And also going back to MTV News, Chris Connolly, who's now always on like 2020. He was also on MTV News.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one thing that I miss. And yeah, but The Real World for sure. And they had I think it was on Hulu or Peacock. They did a reunion of the cast of The Real World of different seasons. And they had them go and live in a house again for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And catch up, and the drama was still there.
Didn't they bring that show back for a little bit?
No.
I thought they did.
It was just like, well, for that, it was just like a reunion.
Oh, okay.
Type.
I thought they tried to like bring it back a couple of years back or whatever.
No, I miss it though, because that one was the best.
So Real World was 92. Road Rules was 95. Cops was 1989. This is saying Candid Camera was really one of the first ones.
Oh, so far as like reality TV? Okay.
Yeah.
But reality TV as we know it, like Big Brother and whatever Housewives show
The
that you
juicy,
watch.
the juicy drama.
Yeah.
Big Brother was 99. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
What?
2000. Remember that show?
Oh, yeah. I remember the show. I didn't consider it a reality show, though.
Yeah. Survivor, 2000.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that show's still on, Survivor.
Right. It's surviving.
And good.
And now, and I just read, I think yesterday, that they are going to extend it to like 90 minutes an episode now.
Oh, God, no.
CBS
it's already a drag.
Too much.
Yeah, that one. And I think also The Amazing Race. They're going to make those,
God,
those shows 90 minutes long now.
I love both those shows.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because now we're watching a movie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. Survivor, they bought an island. Like they now have an island. Yes, they now have an island. They do everything on the same island.
Well, that's cool.
That way they built their own infrastructure, everything, rather than go and try to make it work.
Right.
Wow.
Try to survive.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife, we watch it because she loves that show. And I'm like, they shave. Those women shave.
Right.
Yeah, you would have to.
Their armpits would look crazy. Let's just start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's always like the men's beards always look great.
Right. Well, there on
Or
television.
not. Or they tell them all to grow beards.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's some very much trickery that happens.
Scripted reality.
I'm not saying they're not like getting stuck eating rice.
Right.
I'm not saying they're showering.
Right, but this ain't Naked and Afraid either, where you can tell
Exactly.
that they don't have the resources.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah. What's something you missed from the 90s? Could get you a case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. Gimpy, what's something you missed from the 90s?
God dang, where do I start, man? I guess if I had to pick one thing, it would be living rent-free. You know, growing up, living with your folks or whatever. I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait to get out of here and do whatever I want to do. I can't wait to have my own house. And then you finally grow up and you got to pay these damn bills all the time. You got to pay rent, got to pay electricity, water, gas, groceries. Ugh. To be able to live at home with mom and dad and not have to worry about a damn thing. I do miss that. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't miss not paying for things? Like somebody texted in like, when things were cheaper. Bitch, that's been said every year forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't think about that.
You want your bread that was a nickel?
Right.
Everything costs more.
I just want cigarettes to go back to $2.25, not $11.
I did love gas prices in the 90s.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
As well as milk prices and a
Right.
can of beer and like, yes,
Right.
because everything was cheaper. I get it.
But before that, things were cheaper then. Like you said,
Yes.
it's just life.
Yeah, things get more expensive. It's called economics.
Right.
Yeah. What's something you miss from the 90s? Case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. Mine is kind of a combo thing because for me, this was in this location, and I know they still exist, but they're just not the same.
Mhm.
And that's the mall.
Okay.
I miss the original magic of the mall,
That's true.
and specifically the music stores in the mall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where you would go and find new music and see the CDs and they'd have them and you could listen and sample them
Yeah.
before. And that aura of how cool it was to work at the music store
Mhm.
and posters,
Right.
just that whole vibe. Or the idea of when a new music came out and somebody would go stand in line
Yeah.
Mhm.
to buy the CD at midnight
Right.
or buy concert tickets.
Mhm.
Just that whole aura of that time was awesome.
Yeah. I have a friend on Facebook. He's a bit of a nerd and waiting for Zelda to come out, the new Zelda.
Yeah.
And he posted and he's like, I haven't been to a midnight release in forever. Neither have I. Last midnight release I went to was Call of Duty, I think Modern Warfare 2.
And they're on
Long
which
time
one?
ago. That was on the PS2. 3.
Yeah, but they're on what now?
Oh, hell.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, 4. I don't even know, man. There's been so many. There's been at least 10 of them since that time.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I read that and I was like, that's cool. I kind of miss that, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all.
I was just thinking of going to, when you said music stores in the mall, going to one, and if they didn't have it, going down into the mall deeper, going to the other music store to see if they had it. Like, I definitely miss that. Now you can't find a music store anywhere.
No, it's on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I worked at a CD warehouse, if you know what those were. And that was where they sold used CDs and there'd be like 95 Smash Mouths in the thing.
Yeah.
But going there was awesome too, right?
Yeah.
I remember we had the mall had a music store, 2 of them, a Music Land, and it might have even had 2 Music Lands. That's how big of a deal it was. It had
Big
2.
mall, yeah.
It wasn't even that. No, it was not that
No.
big. But in front of it was like an independent music store.
Oh, okay. Like
and
a
it was
mom
just
pop sort of
like the
thing?
guy probably also sold weed. I don't know. But he had music, of course, a ton of music and vinyl.
Mm.
And then he would have limited edition stuff on the wall behind the register. You'd always be like, man, if I could just get that Jane's Addiction in vinyl. See, it's in a plastic case because
Right.
can't ruin it.
Want to damage.
Yeah, right? Or he would special order things.
Mm.
He'd have a catalog and you could look through it and find out some rare Jane's Addiction performance in Madrid.
I'm picturing this guy wearing a pair of corduroy pants, right? Hemp Birkenstocks, smells like patchouli, maybe like a some kind of like cashmere sweater-ish sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And when I'm jumping around, but then when I worked in the CD store, the used CD store, the manager was totally the guy like that looked like a rocker.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in a band, but then he did that.
Mm.
And you're like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, that's just an aura. Working at a music store sucks.
Right.
It's called inventory and it sucked.
Mm.
Because guess what none of you MFers do?
Put it back in
Put it back in the right order.
That's same with clothes.
Yeah, but you don't have to alphabetize clothes.
True.
You just have to fold them.
Or put them back on the hanger.
Alphabetizing sucks. And that created a massive OCD problem for me because
Is that it?
then, yes, because then when I had a CD collection, it had to be alphabetized.
Mm-hmm.
People would come over and I didn't care if they looked at it, but they never put it back.
Yeah.
Treat your house like the music store.
Yes, I brought my work home. How stupid was I? Damn. Yeah, but going to the mall just had an aura to it. Now it feels like a chore.
True.
Definitely does.
You go and you're like, yeah, the mall. And now you're like, oh, the mall, people.
Well, they got Sapporo, though. You got hot dog on a stick.
You need your head checked.
Just saying. Mall food.
Yeah. Ours was a place called Caramel Corn, and they made
Caramel corn?
caramel corn. Very good. Yes.
What?
Glad you did. Good job, Sherlock.
Nothing gets past me, man.
But they had different like cinnamon, banana,
Mm,
and like that place had been there forever. Other places would come and go,
right.
right? And I remember the mall. I remember when they got a buckle.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
yeah, you were
yeah.
fancy if you were shopping at
Oh,
the
yeah. I
Buckle.
didn't get to know. I couldn't
Oh,
afford the
yeah.
buckle. But going to and then we had like a Montgomery Ward.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And one of the other anchors was a Walmart, one of the first Walmarts in town.
Mhm.
We were like, this is crazy.
Hmm.
My mom got a job in the mall at like the high-end store. It was called Von Mauer at the time. And I remember being like, Mom, you can't work at the mall.
That's kind of like
My
your
mom
mom
worked at the
working
mall.
at the as a lunch lady or something at your school. You're like, oh, you're going to embarrass me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I just remember, my brother got a job at the mall too, like making sandwiches at like some restaurant or
Mhm.
something. And I'd go see him and he'd give me free sandwiches. I thought it was so cool.
I
Yeah.
thought it'd be cool to
Okay.
work at the mall. Applied several times. Never would hire me. I don't know why.
Maybe you waved at them with the wrong hand.
Probably. Probably.
You should always wave with your right.
No way, man. Wave like that.
Yeah, that freaks people out, brother.
Oh, well. It's
I'm
called-
not saying it should. I'm just
Right,
saying it
right.
does.
It's all breaking the ice, man.
Sure. Sure. We want to know from you what's something you missed from the 90s, BMMS, and what that is to 82945. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to see Tulsa Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night and a case of Coors Light. But you got to get a text in to be eligible. What's something you missed from the 90s? BMMS and what that is to 82945.
Diet and a breaker if we can do this, all right? Pura, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary. Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won My leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had
Listen,
dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift.
perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook,
No.
so that's great. But I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And
Corbin,
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series, and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right? So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants this. So
Yeah.
I grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could, and make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right,
item.
right. Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS. Then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that
Some
situation.
Yeah.
that maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, Yeah.
What are some other
And-
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
begs. What do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mhm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem.
Mhm.
Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
That's not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince
Mm-hmm.
for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure, I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him,
I don't think.
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so
Right.
we're talking
He's
about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give her an
yeah.
opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
That's
to be
only
even.
fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
Hey, usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. You know, just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state, so I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk, and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he...
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. We're giving away beer, friggin' A Friday. We want to know what's something you missed from the 90s. You got to send us a text, though, to be eligible. A case of Coors and a pair of tickets. Sorry, a case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Tulsa Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. But right now we need to play a game because we've got tickets to Shinedown with Papa Roach to give you. Those two beasts will be over in Arkansas on October 5th at the Walmart Amphitheater. That is a show we feel like you should see. You want to buy your tickets? WaltonArtsCenter.org. We'll play the numbers game. You call up at 918-460-KMOD. Decide what category you want. Numbers, percentages, or averages. And then Lindsay will try to get the answers closer than you will. If she does, you're out. You get nothing. But if you do better than her, then you'll be going to that show. 918-460-KMOD. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
David.
David, how are you today, friend?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. David, what category do you want? Numbers, percentages, or averages?
Let's do percentages.
Percentages, it is 5 questions from Gimpy. Just answer them the best that you can. Are you ready?
I am.
Here we go.
All right, David. Board sports and surfing are involved in what percent of shark attacks? Board sports and surfing. Go ahead.
I would say 15%.
15%, he says. All right. David, what percentage of all shark bites in 2021 occurred in the United States?
Let's say 17%.
17%. Hey, Dave, Florida accounts for what percent of unprovoked shark bites worldwide?
Unprovoked shark bites worldwide. Florida?
Yes, Florida.
That's got to be a low percent. I'm going to say 10%.
10%. Dave, what percent of all shark species are killed each year? What percent of all shark species are killed each year?
I'm going to say 35%.
All righty then. Last one here, Dave. Wild shark populations have dropped by what percent since 1970?
Since 1970, I would say 30%.
30%. All righty then.
Have you ever been in the ocean there, David?
No, know nothing about sharks. Don't know much about the ocean. Just going off what I think the statistics, I guess.
That's okay. I mean, this is completely random. Lindsay, percentages is the category. Are you ready?
Yes.
Lindsay, board sports and surfing are involved in what percent of shark attacks?
3%.
Okay. What percentage of all shark bites in 2021 occurred in the United States? Lindsay?
2%.
Okay. Lindsay, Florida accounts for what percent of unprovoked shark bites worldwide?
4%.
Well, Lindsay, what percent of all shark species are killed each year?
What percentage of all shark species
Are killed each year?
20%.
20%. Last one here, Lindsay. Wild shark populations have dropped by what percent since 1970?
40%.
40%.
How do you think she did there, David?
Man, I don't know. I mean, she's been known to be pretty darn good at the game. So I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks. I think I stink at it.
Your
But...
first day listening? All right. David, here's the answers. Go ahead. Give me
All
question
right.
one.
When the question was asked, board sports and surfing are involved in what percent of shark attacks? Dave said 15%, and Lindsay said just an itty bitty 3%. The answer is 51%.
Yeah, David got that one right.
Oh,
Right. It's a big number, man.
wow.
So, David, you need two more then to get those tickets to see Papa Roach and Shinedown in Rogers, Arkansas at the Walmart Amphitheater. Question two.
All right, the question is, what percentage of all shark bites in 2021 occurred in the United States? Dave said 17%. Lindsay said 2%. The answer is 64%.
David got that one right.
Way
A
off.
massive number. That's the thing,
Yeah.
David. You don't have to know anything. You just got to be better at it than Lindsay. Get closer to the number. Have a better guess. And that was good enough. So you have two right. One more to get those tickets. Question three.
The question is, Florida accounts for what percent of unprovoked shark bites worldwide? Dave said 10%, and Lindsay said 4%. And the answer is 38%.
Yeah, David, congratulations, man. You're getting those tickets to see Shinedown and Papa Roach
Rock on.
on October 5th, brother. Hang on the line because Gimpy's got to get
That's
some
what's up.
info from you. All right, man?
Perfect.
Last two.
All right, well, the question was asked, what percent of all shark species are killed each year? Dave said 35%, and Lindsay said 20%, and the answer is 7%.
Yeah, such a small number. But Lindsay got that one right. Question five.
Last one here, wild shark populations have dropped by what percent since 1970? Dave says they dropped 30%. Lindsay says they dropped 40%. And they have actually dropped 71%.
Yeah,
Wow.
people were way off on this one, but that
Way.
doesn't matter. Lindsay got that one right as well. But nonetheless, David got the tickets to see Papa Roach and Shinedown October 5th at the Walmart Amphitheater in Rogers. You want your tickets? Hit waltonartcenter.org. Where you want to give away some beer, you need to answer this question. What's something you missed from the 90s? Text it to us, BMMS, and what that is to 82945 for Friggin' A Friday. What's something you missed from the 90s? BMMS and what that is to 82945.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns.
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah,
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So you show up at 6, 8, get out.
Because now it's time for the family to wind down
Yeah.
and start doing their own nightly routine.
And I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know, I think, depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah.
Going opening the cabinet
Yeah, you
to
don't
look
do
through the
that.
medicine kit. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What
Because
gets
you're
you that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm
What
talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah. If we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything. For sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right.
everything.
Or don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the
Mhm.
bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever,
Yeah.
that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach is adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No?
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? You expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still,
Mhm.
you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
Even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No?
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you have.
Down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
If you're
and
a
it looks like
hoarder?
hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already
Yeah.
know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house, right?
No. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off guard.
away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress, their lack of showering.
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever,
Yeah.
paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food.
Mm.
So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
Mhm.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Right. Good. You're right. Life happens,
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
No.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. Now, it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first.
You're so
right?
bougie.
Yeah.
You're going over get high and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
clear off the tables and it'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh God. Oh. God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right. You're
obviously
covering up a
something
smell.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mm-hmm.
and mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Ugh.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. What's the strangest type of bird that you'd be willing to eat, such as a shoebill stork? You know what a shoebill stork is, Lindsay?
No.
Look it up. Look up shoebill stork. Shoebill stork. It will, if I remember correctly, this is a very bizarre looking bird. It almost looks human-like.
Giant honking
It
schnoz.
is terrifying.
Yeah.
It will haunt you in your nightmares. And if I remember right, it makes a horrendous sound. A very loud noise. It's not like a beautiful chirping or anything. It's a very loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
The shoebill stork. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your pick going to be?
Probably a. What's the one? What are the We call him. My husband calls it a Harry Truman, and that's not what its real name. We see.
Dropping bombs?
Huh?
Is it just dropping bombs everywhere it
No,
flies?
it's the. Now I can't even think of the real name of it. You see them all a blue herring. Is that what it is?
Blue herring.
What? Isn't that a fish?
see them all the time on the.
So it's the ones you see in the ponds, and they got the long legs and stuff
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
Hurrah.
The heron, yes.
Great blue heron.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Gimpy,
Can I say big?
Huh?
big
Bird.
big bird. Okay.
Oh,
If we're going like a legit bird,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the flamingo.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want see if it tastes like shrimp.
Yeah. Flamingo or
That's
roadrunner.
true.
One of the two.
Yeah. Why not? That sounds fun. Penguin. I'm down for some penguin.
Oh, yeah. Some fricasseed penguin.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting. I mean, it's cold. It's right there on the ice.
Right.
Who doesn't? Some good penguin. Yum. I'm going to name some dishes. You give me a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome
Okay.
and 0 being pass.
Okay.
Okay? Lindsay, you're in on this. And then what you want. We are giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. What's something you missed from the 90s? A case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see the Tulsa Oilers football team at the BOK Center tomorrow night. I mean, you'll get to see them play. You'll see them, but you also get to see them on the field as well, and maybe on the sidelines. But right now, we're going to give away some of that beer and tickets for Tulsa Oilers football, and it looks like James is waiting. Good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning, guys.
James, what's something you missed from the 90s?
Well, my ex-girlfriend, she was the first real love of my life, and she was blessed, and she was very adventurous. And sometimes I think about those days of the past 90s. So,
And are you rehooked up with someone else?
happily married.
Huh.
What, Lindsay?
happily married, but missed that ex.
I think everybody has that moment.
Well, it was the 90s, you know. Things
I don't know what that
were different.
means.
It was a different time.
I don't know what that means. What was so great about her that you miss?
She had the best personality I have ever known.
And your wife?
She is the most amazing woman I have ever known.
But
These aren't the same person, are they? You won the lottery twice.
I did.
but she doesn't have the best personality.
She has the best personality I've ever known in the 2000s, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I love her.
Yeah, you better say that. How old are you?
I am 48.
48, so yeah. I cannot help you. I have nothing to add to what you're saying.
I kind of dug my own hole there, but yeah, I'm a happily married man of 21 years. I love her.
The love of your life, what's her name? The girl from the 90s.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, and do you snoop on her page?
Oh, I've not spoken to her since probably early 2000s.
That is not what I said. That is not what I said.
No, I don't even actually know what her current name is, to be honest.
I'm sure it's still Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's probably still.
If she died, would you go to her funeral?
Oh, it depends what day it was.
Well, okay, give me the parameters.
Oh, my Lord. Corbin, if it's probably any day that ended in Y, probably not.
So you would not go?
Probably not, no.
What if your wife was out of town? Would you go then?
Lindsay, girl, I wouldn't even know where to. I know. The answer is no.
If she lived in Tulsa.
That's where she used to live. The answer would probably be no. I'm going to go with no.
He knows his old lady's listening.
What
right
if your
now.
wife was like, sure, you should go?
We'd call this is an industry term called course correction.
Correct.
That's
Here
all
I'm
this
raising
is.
the iceberg.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a little bit of, tapping around right there, but we're going to give you something to wallow your sorrows in. Go ahead, Gimpy.
You know, one thing that Corbin misses from the 90s is erection. Lucky for him, there's places like the Low T Center or Revive Men's Clinic to get that back.
Thank you.
Celebrate Corbin's boner with this case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers play football.
90s boner. Hang on the line, man. Gimpy's got to get some personal info and have a fantastic week, all right?
All right, you guys as well. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Don't call us when you need a place to stay.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's in Gimpy's 4x4.
Well, Corbyn says here that immigrant groups sue Biden over asylum rule. The groups represented by the ACLU filed a legal challenge in federal court just minutes before the new rule was taking effect on yesterday. Immigration advocates say that the new Biden regulation dramatically curtails the availability of asylum in the U.S. and is similar to Trump-era policies that were blocked in court. The Biden administration put the new rule in place to curb illegal immigration following the end of Title 42. Trump's appealing his $5 million judgment in the Carroll suit. Trump's attorneys filed an appeal yesterday, just days after he was found liable for sexually abusing and defaming Carroll. In the civil suit, she claimed that he raped her in Manhattan department store in the 90s. Oh, how about that? But the jury said that Trump, who has denied the allegations, was not liable for rape. The case now moves to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Yes, sir.
Have you seen the deposition video?
No.
It's a fantastic video where they show a picture and they're like, do you know everybody in this picture?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, it's my ex-wife. And they're like, no, that's the woman suing you.
Oh.
Because he was like, it's not my type. It's not my type, right?
Right.
So then there's that. That's really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's more fascinating, like the inner workings of the mind.
Right.
Like, was that deliberate?
Right.
Is he that not aware?
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. But the other thing that's fascinating is apparently he can be sued for libel again. And he went on CNN, did that town hall thing, and said things after he'd been proven in court that he did.
Right.
So he libeled himself again, opened himself for libel case with her again.
Wow.
And she's considering suing him again.
Get another $5 million out of him
for doing it hours after crazy.
No way.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What else we got here? Hey, Peloton recalls 2 million of their exercise bikes.
Uh-oh.
The Consumer Products Safety Commission announced yesterday that there have been 35 reports of the seat detaching, ow, and 13 injury reports. Ow.
13, huh?
Yeah.
13.
That means
it's not very many.
13 out of 35. That means there's a bunch of them that enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. The bikes with the model number PL01 were sold from January 2018 through this month from Peloton's Dick's Sporting Goods and Amazon, and retail for about $1,400. $1,400. Good Lord.
For a bike that doesn't go anywhere, for the record.
Right. And they just yell at you. Anyhow.
You can do it.
This comes after Peloton agreed to pay $19 million in fines for its delay reporting a treadmill issue that caused a death and several injuries. And then lastly here, work to remove Expo Square Skyride has stopped indefinitely. GT Amusement Services, which is the overseas company who bought the ride, confirms that the contractor backed out and currently all work has stopped. Now, a spokesperson says that the contractor worked for 10 days, but informed them for unforeseen issues caused them to charge GT over $100,000 more than what they initially agreed on. The spokesperson said that they are currently in talks with a UK-based company to finish the job, but they are running into issues with insurance.
So like what? They were like, this is going to cost more, charge them more.
Yeah.
The purchasing company said, whoa.
We ain't doing that.
And the company that was taking it down was like, well, then bye.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Take my tools and go home.
Yeah.
The Lakers are planning to have their superstar big man on the court for Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals on Friday night. Anthony Davis is officially listed as probable for the matchup with the defending champion Golden State Warriors in LA. Lakers coach Darvin Ham said that Davis is feeling great after leaving Game 5 on Wednesday early following an inadvertent strike to the head. The 30-year-old is averaging 22.4 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the series. The Lakers currently hold a 3-2 series lead heading into Game 6. According to TNT's Crispy Haynes, Davis had to be escorted to the locker room in a wheelchair due to the fact that he was dizzy from his head injury. And after the game, Shaq and Charles Barkley began laughing during the report about Davis's injury. And Barkley would later mimic someone on a wheelchair while laughing hysterically. Did you see it?
I did watch it yesterday. So what happens is they make the announcement, they do some analyzing. Barkley and Shaq are not a part of the analyzing. They're off camera and they're laughing. You can hear them laughing. And the guy who's doing the talking finally is like, what's going on? The NBA postgame show is one of the craziest shows. It feels so disorganized, but highly entertaining.
Right, just willy-nilly all over the place.
Yeah, with Shaq and Barkley, it's so good. I've never seen somebody with a concussion wheeled out on a wheelchair when a suspected.
Okay.
How many football games have we watched?
Yeah.
And a guy gets a concussion.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen them? No, I've never even seen a stretcher. If you're knocked out.
Yeah. But didn't they take Tua off?
If you are unconscious, right?
Yeah, but if you can get up
and
move,
walk,
walk it off.
Or they'll put them on a four-wheeler. They take them off on the four-wheeler. They put them on back on that.
I don't. Again, if you're knocked unconscious, I've seen all those things.
But that's mostly being unconscious
because that's mostly the distance they have to travel.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being taken off in a wheelchair. I think laughing about it is wrong, definitely.
I feel like that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But they're going not very far for the concussion thing to be checked. But there's a little bit of flopping that happens in basketball.
Yeah. But jerk move on their part. And that is your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great. Safe sex is a myth. Anything you try will be hazardous to your health.
That's just bad parenting. That's just, they're going to have sex, right? So now you're turning them away from practicing safe sex.
Right now they're going to do it just to spite you, Dad.
Well, it's not safe.
He's going to raw dog it just to spite your dad.
God, that word is so awesome. I hate it and love it at the same time.
All right, so number 4, you're looking at bring her home late. There's no next date. Notice how everything rhymes with these rules.
That's on John Ritter brand.
Yeah. Number 5, if you pull into my driveway and honk, you better be dropping off a package because you're sure not picking up anything else.
Who delivers stuff to your house? Who delivers stuff in honks?
I don't know.
No,
usually
UPS,
they knock on the door,
no one.
ring a doorbell.
For us,
like
DoorDash,
right?
Domino's in the time like that. No, that's not a thing.
It says alternative rule number 5, only delivery men honk, dates ring the doorbell once. That was his alternative to the number 5.
Okay.
Honking away.
Oh, okay.
All right. So number 6, no complaining while you're waiting for her. If you're bored, change my oil. Change, not check.
I don't know. If you know who John Ritter was, he might mean.
He did play a little
different.
Fruity Fruit on Three's Company. At least to Mr. Furley, Mr. Roper. He was
right,
he was.
exactly.
Yeah. Number 7, if your pants hang off your hips, I'll gladly secure them with my staple gun.
Yes.
Dick.
Assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, not on brand for
Nope,
John Ritter.
not at all.
And lastly here, number 8 for 8 simple rules of dating my teenage daughter. Dates must be in crowded public places. You want romance, read a book.
I like it.
Again, that might be the most on brand of all of them.
Yeah.
For John Ritter.
Yeah.
I had to look up whether or not John Ritter ever played a bad guy. And the only one I found was his role in the film Bad Santa. Bob Chapesca.
With Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Was he still alive at that time? I mean, apparently the internet says so, but
2003.
Okay.
He was out to expose him for the hard drinking offensive brute that Billy Bob Thornton's role was.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough. And John Ritter died in 2003.
Mhm.
Wow. So shortly after he did that, I guess.
Yeah.
How about that?
I feel like I saw him in because he was in Sling Blade, if I remember correctly, too. Like he was the friend, he was the father of the boy. Was he evil in that?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But Problem Child, we know him as.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a Yeah, he played Roy Slade.
Is that right?
In
No.
Sling Blade? No.
No. Oh, he was the priest. That feels on brand for John Ritter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who had John Ritter on there? What they'll talk about today? Bingo card.
Yeah, not me.
Nobody.
Woman busted with vagina meth. They started off as a typical traffic stop last week where police had stopped Anthony Peza and his girlfriend Tiffany Chapman. They asked them, hey, y'all got any drugs in the car? And they're like, nah, man, we're good. They're like, all right, well, you're going to have to get out of the car so we can search it. And they're like, okay. So they get out of the car and the deputies start searching the car. Well, in the car, while they're searching, they found all kinds of stuff. They found paraphernalia, baggies, scales. They found another bag that had several different prescription bottles in it with the labels removed, which is not good.
Not like that.
So while they're searching the car, Tiffany's like, hey, I've got meth in my muff. And they're like, huh? And they're like, she's like, yeah, you might want to come get this. So they call a female deputy out.
I believe the audio sounded like this. I think you want to come get this.
So they call a female officer out, and she ends up retrieving 10.8 grams of meth from the woman's box. And
Glove box.
they ended up busting both of them for the same thing. They both got busted for trafficking meth. They both got busted for possession of marijuana and paraphernalia. And they are both sitting in the pokey right now.
I know some of you are thinking, did she get any breaks because she let them know she had illegal contraband inside her muff? Probably not. You're supposed to tell them.
Yeah, because if you go into the jail with it, that's an extra charge.
Viral video shows car dealer peeing on woman's ID. This happens in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. Police there are looking into a viral video that appears to show a car dealership urinating on a woman's driver's license. In a Facebook post, the victim said she left her ID at a used car dealership in Kenosha over the weekend. A few hours later, she was home eating cheese and then was horrified to see a video of someone peeing on it making the rounds on social media. It's unclear if anyone will be held accountable. On a positive note, the dealership wants to offer the victim a free car. Yeah. She apparently was trying to buy a car, changed her mind, called and said, I've left my ID. I'll send you $5. When you get the $5, will you mail me my ID?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll mail it. And then it shows them saying the name and everything, full stream. The video's on our thing, full stream onto this woman's ID. I am no expert in the automotive industry. Lindsay, for sure, in the room is the automotive expert. Her husband works at a dealership. I know Gimpy has worked at a dealership. So I am by far not the expert. I will, however, say I think their career is over.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Definitely.
If you get to keep your job after pissing on somebody's license, man, there's something wrong with management at that position.
Yeah.
Now I can wrap my head around the idea that they were, they'd worked really hard on the deal and, working on commission and, that's going to put food on the table. And he was just pissed.
Yeah. Unless this customer completely was.
Nope.
No. Hear me.
There's no rational reason why you should be. Hold on. There's no rational reason why anyone should urinate on anyone else or on an ID.
I agree with you. So unless this customer was, completely awful to the person working there, and the person that works there is their number one salesperson, that's the only way they're going to keep that job if they are their number
keep
one
the job.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to argue why someone should piss on someone's ID.
No.
There's no reason.
No.
I don't care if that ID was stung by a jellyfish. No.
Right.
No, there's no reason.
It seems like a weird flex.
No.
You don't look cool.
No.
You look dehydrated, to be honest. I'm going to read this headline. This is real. Horses sue the federal government over them being exiled to an island.
Did you get that from The Onion?
No.
Horses
Hired
a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, hey.
From what
Mr. Ed.
I know you want to say nay, but
I mean.
So they're suing the federal government and the national park Win Today and Jelly Donut have brought a lawsuit by just kidding. That's
Okay, I was gonna say
because horses always have like stupid names.
right,
yeah.
right,
They never end in E, like a dog's does.
right.
Anyway, a lawsuit brought by two animal rights groups, an environmental activist, and a woman who lives on Georgia's Cumberland Island names a group of non-native wild horses as plaintiffs. The lawsuit claims the horses have standing to bring a suit in their own right. The suit argues that the habitat surrounding the animals on Cumberland Island's national seashore has been gradually damaged by the horses and that the government should move them off the island.
Okay, so the horses are suing to stay on the island?
Um,
I'm lost in this weird lawsuit.
yeah, this says a lawsuit brought by two
People.
It-
They're like, hey, these horses are ruining our coastline. They need to be moved. And then the horses are like, nay.
they're the plaintiffs, so they are going, hey,
Okay.
we
We represent
So
the
weird.
horses.
here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Free time?
Mhm.
They have a lot of free time.
Yes.
Because, if you have enough money, you can call them and go, I want to sue XYZ.
Uh-huh.
But typically, you got to do some research and all those other things that come along with it and then do that,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, as an example, I'm going to sue somebody, right? And so I've been doing all this research, preparing small claims court, right?
Mhm.
I'm preparing to do that.
Right, right,
I didn't just do it. I mean, I could have just done it,
right.
but I'm trying to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if you have free time, then you can be like,
Yeah, you got all the
You-
time in the world.
you go to brunch
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey, these horses are ruining my view. Let's sue and make that like as if the horse wants to leave.
I don't think the horse wants to leave.
I think the others, I don't know. How'd they get there?
That's a good point.
It's
But
an
I'm-
island. So how'd they get there?
I mean, animals run away all the time.
True.
So, I mean, they could have just bounced at any point in time.
Except this is an island.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So unless they built a boat or Noah was available, I don't know how they got there.
Mhm.
Unless, like, maybe the water receded dramatically
Right.
and allowed them to trot a gaggle of them. That's
Yeah.
not the right term.
Mm-mm.
Of them across.
Mhm.
What is it for a lot of?
I think I heard
Okay.
herd of horses.
I just don't want to buy that. I feel like murder and some of these other ones are much better. They could have come up with something that isn't already used by cattle, right? Maybe it is. And so it feels like they didn't just trotted over there at one time.
It's a team.
A team.
A team of horses. I think the same goes for mules too, right? Think about like Borax and 1,000 mule team.
Sure. So
Learn something new. A team of horses.
I feel like the defense attorney is gonna be like, "This is a piece of cake. We'll just ask them.
right.
We'll put them up. We want to call them as a witness."
I would like to call my first witness, Starlight.
I want to call my first witness, winning streak.
Right. I would like to call my second witness, Mama's little helper. He's a good little horse, aren't you?
Right? I want to call my first witness. I'm with bloat. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. The phone number 918-460-KMOD. To text BMMS. And then what you want to say to 82945. That's also how you get in for beer for Friggin' A Friday. What's something you missed from the 90s? Get it over to us. And if we pick your text, a case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see the Oilers football team at the BOK Center tomorrow night. But you got to send the text. What's something you missed from the 90s? BMMS and what that is to 82945. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. Mother's Day is on Sunday, and apparently only 11% of people wait until the last minute to purchase a Mother's Day gift. So way to go, plan aheaders.
What would quantify as the last minute?
The day of.
I mean, you got from midnight to midnight. The day of, you got plenty of time.
Good morning, Gibby.
Good morning, Corbin. So last night I was out at Jameson's getting people qualified, signed up to get qualified for the Harley Days of May. This Thursday, this Thursday, I'm going to be at Hooters from 5 to 7 doing the same thing. So make sure you come on by this next Thursday.
And we're qualifying people for Harley Days of May, like Gimpy was just talking about. And David Zaman of Tahlequah.
Zaman.
Sure. Zaman of Tahlequah got qualified. So he's in the running for a 100th anniversary Harley Davidson Dyno Wide Glide from our friends at Steel Horse Motorcycles, which is inside the beautiful Oklahoma Outdoor World off Route 66 in Sapulpa. Every hour with us. So another chance coming up in about 45 minutes. We are now timed for Cucked. And the way this works is we have this Plinko board set up and we drop things. The little chips in, they fall into the slots, and each slot has something labeled. Did we move Cucked?
Yeah, man.
And so things like coffee concentrate, which is in there. And then we have olive oil, coffee and olive oil. That's a thing.
I hear it. Doesn't sound good, though.
Rum, peanut butter whiskey,
Oh, yeah.
lemon juice. And then the Cucked spot, which I'll explain in a minute, then chocolate milk and seltzer. So if your chip lands in peanut butter whiskey, you get a 1 ounce shot of that. You drop your other chip, and then when it lands in olive oil, you would then have to mix those things together and do the shot. If it lands in Cucked, the game stops. We have some trivia questions that have to be answered, and you got to get at least 2 of the 3 correct to avoid doing everything that's on the board mixed into 1 glass. So it'd be a glass with coffee concentrate, olive oil, rum, peanut butter whiskey, lemon juice, chocolate milk, and seltzer. It's an alcohol seltzer. We should qualify. So that's the game, and I will pick the first person that's going to go because I went last week, and the first person going is going to be Gimpy.
I think I went first last week, too, didn't I?
And the week before that.
The week before that.
Yes.
We'll just bookend this thing again. All
Yeah,
right.
so Gimpy's going to come around here to where the Plinko board is, and he will drop his chip. And chocolate milk, thank goodness, is on the other side of the board. I feel like we did a lot of chocolate milk as of recent.
Yes, we have. You know, the thing is, though, is that Cucked, it's getting closer to like the middle where it just kind of sucks. The sucky area, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, like, because right next to it are 2 really good ingredients that I wouldn't mind having right now, the rum and the peanut butter whiskey. But I don't want to take a chance because my luck, it's either going to land in lemon juice, or it's going to land in Cucked. So I'm going to stay on this side.
Stay on the far right.
I'm going to stay on the far right. I will take my chances with olive oil. Okay.
Wow.
I don't mind the coffee. Coffee and rum would be all right. Coffee and peanut butter whiskey would be all right.
Have you done the coffee yet?
No,
The
I
coffee
haven't.
concentrate?
And I bought the damn thing. You believe that? Damn. I would even be like, I'd be all right with the coffee. I'd be all right with coffee. I just don't want the Cucked. I don't want the lemon. And the seltzer. Who wants TV static? You know what I mean? So, here we go.
He's dropping it all the way to the right, sliding down, and went immediately, bounced out of coffee and into olive oil.
You believe that?
I do, actually, with this game, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he's going to get 1 ounce of olive oil.
Man.
Which I think is the worst on the board today.
Yeah.
On today.
And then he's dropping his other chip.
Do I want a double of olive oil? Dude, talk about smooth.
Yeah, twice.
I'll take my chances, man.
Yeah.
I just don't want Cucked, and I don't
Your
want
skin
the
will be
lemon
so
juice.
radiant tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
telling you. Gimpy, you're glistening.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right,
Gross.
so
All right,
all the way
gotta
to the
go.
right, dropping
No,
it down,
no,
and
no,
it's
no,
moving
stay away,
around,
stay away.
and
You son of a bitch. Oh, so close to the microphone. Dag nabbit. All right.
you said it.
Yeah, you did.
So you're the only
Bye-bye.
one to blame is yourself. He landed in olive oil.
Who
Yeah.
says that manifestation doesn't work?
It absolutely does.
I manifested
Put
a
it out
double
there.
of grease.
So just so we're clear, what do you think the main ingredient of olive oil, or the only ingredient in olive oil, should be?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's olives and oil.
It should be just olive oil, right?
Right.
Holy-
Absolutely.
Refined olive oil,
Oh.
extra virgin olive oil. So that
Ooh.
means there's 2 different types of oil in
It's
to make olive oil.
refined. It's very fancy.
Right, it's been to a finishing school.
right.
Made from the finest olives.
Get out of here.
Gimpy has got 2 ounces of olive oil
All right, so
Has anybody done straight 2 shots? I don't think we've done this
We've
mix.
mixed it with stuff before, but never a double. I'm looking at this, and this takes me back to when I was a kid. I was like maybe 7, 8 years old, living in California, and I found this cup in the fridge, and I was thirsty. So I take a big old swig of it and come to find out it was the grease that my parents had cooked with. So I took a big old chug of used grease, used oil. And it was the most vile thing. I don't think it was olive oil. Mom and Dad were never olive oil people, mostly like vegetable oil. But still, that memory sticks. And looking at this is what makes me think of it. And I'm really just trying to stall because I don't want to drink it.
Yeah. It will coat your tongue, right?
Yeah.
You'll have a weird coating on your lips and your teeth and your tongue. And then when you try to take water to wash it down, it won't mix.
Anything,
Yeah.
no. Is there anything that would?
Like a bread or something like that would help
it's a
break
good
it down.
thing
Yeah.
Mike from Annalani's is coming out.
Yeah, amen,
Soak up
right?
Some of this.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's on you. So this is Gimpy doing his cunt. He landed, got a double of olive oil.
Oh, God. All right. There's only one way to do it and mass to do it. So 1, 2, 3, let's chew it.
It's in his beard. And
Yeah,
because
it
it's
is.
an oil, it has like a weird droplet space on his face.
Maybe rub it into the beard. It's conditioning. I mean, you can't swallow it, can you? You don't want to. Oh, boy.
His lips are glistening.
Yeah. He's having a hard time right now.
He's usually is like,
A
he might
pro.
be the best in the room with drinking thing. Here he goes.
Just doing it.
Oh. Oh.
I'm not going to that side.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
That was awesome.
Oh, God. It
Yeah.
wants to come back up. Instant rejection.
Yeah.
My body is like, no.
Barfarama.
No,
Too much.
no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, so greasy.
Yeah.
Oh, God dang.
Memories.
Mike, hurry up with that pizza, man.
So did it taste like olives?
No, it tasted like horse crap. Not really, but it tastes
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's making me salivate. It's building up.
Yeah.
And it just wants it wants out of me.
Do you
Yes,
need the trash can? Like, is it
I
that
thought
close?
I might have there for a second. That initial swallow, man, it was like, but I am 90% sure that I have not barfed on this show yet. Out of all the stuff that we've done,
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't think I've barfed yet. So I'm going to keep that streak going.
Yeah.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
All right. So Gimpy's gone. It's now, let's see who's going to go next for cunt. Will I go last again? Yes, I will.
Yeah, wow.
I think you will.
All right, Lindsay, come over here because we're gonna get time moving. So Lindsay is going to drop her chip. Do you know what you're shooting for, Lindsay? Because you mentioned you're not going to go to the same site
Yeah,
Gimpy
I
did.
don't want to. I mean, I want to shoot for, I think, like the peanut butter whiskey or the rum.
Gonna play? Okay.
Play dangerously.
I am. You
It's
know
going
what?
down.
I don't
She
even
dropped it.
care.
It's in.
Dang it.
Olive oil.
If all three of us get a double of olive oil.
Oh.
That would be fantastic.
All right, pull that chip out. And
Okay.
so she's going to shoot for.
Far left.
You're going to go all the way over. Okay. She's dropping it. It's in. There it goes. It's moving around and it's landing in.
Lemon juice. That was so scary.
Oh, man.
That
Did it
was
almost
so scary.
land and cucked. She got
Yeah,
lemon
which-
juice.
Still would have been better because with the olive oil, I would have taken, if I would have had to do everything, I would have been fine with that because then that would have totally made the olive oil really
Sure.
much better. But
Sure.
whatever. It
Whew.
sucks.
Yeah, that was so close to getting cucked that I thought for a second it was going to land in there. But so
Man.
olive oil and lemon juice.
I mean, I guess this isn't too terrible.
I don't think so.
Because I mean, they
It's
mix
salad
well.
dressing.
Exactly.
It's salad
Exactly.
dressing.
It is. It's definitely salad. I mean, this is a salad dressing that I normally make.
Yeah,
I
for
just add a
sure.
little sugar to it normally.
What? Did you put salmon eggs in that?
What? What's wrong?
You'll see.
What?
spill it. Look at the bottom of
Oh,
it.
that's weird.
Yeah, it looks almost like a honeycomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it looks like they It's olive oil, so everything's separated.
Yeah, it all separated. The lemon juice went straight to the bottom and beat it up. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
I'm supposed to play disc golf later on with a friend.
Probably not happening.
You may be playing a different version.
Right? I want to go stop at the Walmart and get some Depends or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll need it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You might become an advertisement early morning in the news.
Right.
Is incontinence a problem for you?
Yeah.
Do you have a leaky noose?
Right.
All right, so Lindsay's stirring that up, and while she's doing that, I want to remind you, we want to know what's something you missed from the 90s. A case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see the Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. All right.
I don't smell any lemon juice in here.
Is that blending well? I don't think that it would.
It is, but I don't smell any of the lemon.
Well, you might taste it.
I hope I taste it. But yeah, usually, I mean...
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good salad dressing.
All right, so she's got it stirred up, and so she's got olive oil and lemon juice. Now it's like she's put air into the olive juice, so it's kind of whipped up a little bit.
Okay.
Adding air will kind of do that sometimes. All right, so
in 3, 2, 1. Ugh.
That face, man.
Oh, so the lemon juice and olive oil made her drool so much she just dribbled on her shirt. She unknowingly did. That's what happens when you stick your tongue out. She sticks that long ass tongue out, and like saliva went everywhere.
And that's oil. That ain't gonna come out. Your shirts are starting to look like mine.
Yeah, baking soda. We'll get that out. All right, so
Thank you.
no problem. Yeah. What'd you taste?
I tasted thick oil first, followed by a hint of lemon.
That was gimpy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bubbling. Hey, sorry.
So yeah, it definitely needs sugar for the salad dressing taste
Sure,
to be there.
sure.
But not the most offensive thing I've had.
Okay, rate it.
3 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Did you rate yours?
I did not. Now that you bring it up, and I'm going to say 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
I wasn't sure, but you know,
yeah, 10 out of 10. Everybody take a double shot of olive oil.
Didn't want to rob you.
Oh, thanks.
Of the rating. All right, that means I'm going to go last while I get olive oil as well. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Tulsa's Morning Show is coming right back. The Big Mad Morning Show. Tulsa's Rock Station. 97.5 KMOD. KMOD Total Traffic Network.
This report is sponsored by Casey's, here for good.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent fountain and frozen drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, or dig between your couch cushions, or ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. We take those too. 89-cent frozen and fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Checking travel times into downtown, 12 minutes from Catoosa, 17 from Glenpool, 7 from Sand Springs, and 7 minutes from...
Been in town long enough.
Shooting your shot. Get out of here.
Hey, why not?
That felt self-serving.
It's got a thing for redheads.
It is what it is.
I don't even know what's happening. All right, Jerry Springer's
Pippi.
dead.
Oh, Pippi.
Redheads and beards.
Hit the button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hotel guest wakes up to manager sucking toes. So this
Excuse.
yeah.
Oh, my mistake. No.
This is not where I parked my car. Ooh. The incident happened in late March 30th, but the guy was just arrested. The manager was just arrested Friday, so that's why it comes down. So there's a dude, he was staying at the Hilton in Nashville, and he wakes up. Yeah.
He looks like someone who does that.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like a toe sucker, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So this guy, he was staying at the Hilton there in Nashville. He wakes up at 5 a.m. on March 30th because the manager, 52-year-old David Neal, was down by the foot of his bed sucking on his toes. So naturally, he confronts the guy and recognizes him as the night manager because he'd come in with another employee the day before to address an issue with TV. Yeah. So he calls the cops. The cops come down. He admits that he went into the room. David did. Says that he went in because he smelled smoke and he wanted to check on the guest there. But there were no smoke reports made to security and no other reports at all whatsoever. The key that Dave used to get in, they didn't get it back. He says he threw it away. Nonetheless, they arrested him Friday at his home for aggravated burglary and assault.
So, like, there's a story as recent as March about assaults happening in hotel rooms.
Okay.
And that they are on the rise.
Really?
Because of the use of the electronic key, specifically women, happening to women, right? And like all the things you're supposed to do to like safeguard yourself. Some say like buy a rubber stopper.
Okay.
Right. Door stopper, but put it on the back side of the door. So if someone gets in, they can't push it open.
Right.
They sell aftermarket things to put on doors. Things like even the moment you get into a room as a woman, probably anybody, I've always done this, is you do the latch every time, no matter what.
Yeah, where they only get the door open like maybe 3 inches.
Don't latch your door so because you go to get ice or whatever. Like, be overly cautious. Nonetheless. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he made another key.
Yes. He went and made another key card, and busted into this guy's room, creeped in, ding, 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 up to the foot of the bed, peel the blanket back.
How do you peel the... No, but...
Somehow he got access to his toes.
Yeah, but he wasn't like... Okay, let's DEF this.
Yeah?
He wasn't planning. He didn't know his feet were going to be hanging out of the bed or whatever. He didn't know the guy was going to be asleep.
That's true. True. You're taking a gamble going in. But I mean, you can assume at 5 a.m. that most likely they're going to be asleep.
Not necessarily.
No, I don't think so, dude.
5 a.m. is not necessarily too. We're up. You're up on a reg at 5.
A lot of people at work, like, are on work trips, right?
Yes.
So, like, I hear you. If it's Vegas, or something, or a Saturday, I'm with you.
It was 5:30 in the morning on a Thursday. I had to look at the calendar.
Okay,
see when March 30th.
I like that.
Yeah, so it was on a Thursday.
Good job, detective. I like that. So, like, yeah, it makes you're taking maybe he misinterpreted a wink.
Oh, like he thought he was invited, but he's like, I've got to get in. I've got to make my own key to get in. You see what I'm saying? So,
it just feels weird that he didn't know. Again, he didn't know the feet were going to be available for sucking.
Right.
Well, maybe when he went in, it was a little warm in the room, so he had one foot out from underneath the covers.
Totally, but again, the perpetrator didn't know that.
Right.
So this is what I'm trying to get to is he's done that before. This time the feet were just available.
He snuck into rooms before. Maybe not have sucked on any toes or anything.
Yeah, because they were all covered. Because you don't just lightly lift. They're tucked in.
Yeah.
Hotel sheets are notorious for being super tucked in.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's a good point. And that just goes to show you never know.
Yes,
You
which
never
is
know.
going back to what I said. The assaults that are happening in hotel rooms and the lack of security people are putting on themselves when they stay in hotel rooms.
And what kind of hotel was it?
It was a Hilton.
So a nicer hotel with probably a hotel bar. Maybe since he was the night manager, he had been watching him. Maybe he was at the hotel bar drinking. And so maybe he knew how late he was up.
Okay.
So he knew that he would be passed out.
Maybe,
yeah. Yeah.
Following you back to your room, sir.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm a dork. Like, I put a chair in front of the door.
Right.
So if you open the door, you're going to bang the chair.
Yeah. You're definitely getting kicked in the face, right? It's not wrong. If you wake up and somebody is sucking your toes, right, you can kick them in the face and be in the right.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're in your space. They've breached the door, right?
Yeah.
I just think that the octane of what's happening is going to throw you off. And so, and that person is aware that they may get caught. So they're skedaddling, they're Scooby-Dooing out of there.
Right,
when you're like, hey, what's happening?
Why is my toe so wet?
What? And then that person's gone before you can really get your wits about you.
Right, because you just woke up and you're like, what's going on?
You don't wear glasses.
Yeah.
Open up the door to see who just ran outside and they're gone already.
Yeah.
I call this day spa or dispensary.
Mhm.
Okay. So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa.
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with and that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only because this is a 50-50
Don't I know
chance. There's no point in,
Mhm.
hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a
Yeah.
dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like
Okay.
a little nug, maybe? A prize?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
God knows you
Trip to a
have
day
plenty.
spa?
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphora. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphora is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Tied
What'd
up.
you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just
That
couldn't
could
hear.
be
I didn't
confused.
hear you
Yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I
OHG.
didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary? 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
You are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold,
Ah,
not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
no, somatic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo, Lindsay is a day
Yeah.
spa.
Oh,
So
bummer.
far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa
Lindsay.
or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness, or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary. Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the
Yeah,
information. that
who
was
cares if it's
given.
accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweets,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the
Sure.
at the end of the game here.
Sure.
You are going to love the prize that I have chosen. for you.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a roach.
Right. Right.
Bong
And
water.
not the one you smoked.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, Day
Lindsay.
Spa or Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, day spa or dispensary. Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, day spa or dispensary. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no
Right.
way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. In just a few minutes, we're going to give away beer. What's something you missed from the 90s? Get your text to us. Because a case of Coors Light and a fair ticket to see Tulsa Oilers football could be yours. Tulsa Oilers football happening at the BOK Center tomorrow night. We are in the third round of Cucked. It's my turn to go. And if Lindsay went, she got olive oil and lemon juice. Gimpy got a double of olive oil. So will there be a third installment of olive oil?
I hope so.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I feel like the right side of the board is just the better choice. Even if you get a double of olive oil, which sucks, just the slots, real estate is what you have to look at. You can't get vested in the titles that are in each one.
Right.
Because the left side is just too close to Cucked. So I'm just going to take my chances on the right-hand side, the number 1 slot, and see what happens. It's dropped all the way down, and
Olive oil.
Olive oil. Yeah. Last week, coffee, chocolate milk was in the far right spot, and it landed in that for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I really don't want a double of olive oil. That is, to me, the worst case scenario, besides Cucked. But I'm going to stay on that right-hand side of the board. I just don't want, I'd just rather not have a double of olive oil. So here we go. Same spots.
Crazy.
Settle down. Coffee.
Ew.
So I know that's an option at Starbucks. I feel like that's a win.
It is?
Olive oil and coffee. Yes, we've talked about the stories. You've mentioned it many times.
I think you might have had this before.
Have I?
I think so. The fact that
I've
we've
had
talked
coffee a
about
lot. I've had the coffee concentrate a lot, and it is a lot. The coffee concentrate is no joke.
Yep. You're going to be woken up for sure.
But at least it's not a double of olive oil.
Yeah.
I feel of the olive oil concoctions that have been received today, I am not sure what's happening.
I want to start putting things in oil and see what happens, because the separation on the last 2 shots, Lindsay's and Corbin's, is just amazing.
Did you shake the coffee?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I shook the coffee up, but it's the oil and the liquid or whatever that we're adding to it just drops straight to the bottom. But it makes such an awesome pattern, right? Yours look like fish eggs,
Can we read his
honeycombish,
fortune?
right?
Gimpy's has a post-radio life when we get fired, which who knows when that could be, is going to be olive oil artwork.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your TikTok page.
Even if you stir it, like, it does not really separate that much.
No.
So that means I'm going to drink this and get a little bit of olive oil coating on my tongue, and then get that concentrate of coffee, which is okay because the coffee is pretty bitter. It's so concentrated.
Yeah. So. I figured that wouldn't taste that bad. Better than lemons or just the double or whatever.
Yeah.
The coffee, even though it's highly concentrated and it's highly bitter, I don't think it would be that bad. I think you got to win here out of all of us.
Too. All right. So olive oil and coffee concentrate for Cucked. Cheers.
Down the hatch, and he takes it like a champ.
Wow, not even a face.
He got the nod.
Yeah.
All right, not too bad.
7 out of 10 would recommend.
Wow.
Really?
Immediately had like I almost want to pour one for you guys to try. Like, it has a chocolate taste.
I've had
like
enough
a dark
olive oil.
chocolate. Yeah, I think
You're good on the olive
they're
oil.
good for the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, good.
That makes me
Wow.
intrigued for whenever the Starbucks thing is a thing.
Huh.
That's good. Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, I totally won.
Take your word for it.
Yeah. Now, because the olive oil is kind of buttery with the coffee, it got kind of creamy.
Mhm.
So it was like, yeah, that is not bad.
So it was a pleasant mouth feel.
It might even be a 7.9.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
What's something you missed from the 90s? A case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. We're going to take a break because we're going to give away some beer when we come back.
Tulsa's morning show. The big
Stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS, then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
Yeah.
That, maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, you know? Yeah.
What are some other
And-
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea. No
goes on
bad ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
begs. What do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it. Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario, if you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because, you know, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely like he needs to know from her what she expects from him.
I don't think.
What he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her?
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
He's
talking about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give
yeah.
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
It's
to be
only
even.
fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
Hey, usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. people have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. You know, just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state. So I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk, and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
you came back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. Then the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No, it was not my fault. But I mean, I kept going.
No, it's your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was hope. You were hoping. You were hoping he'd look at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right. See you later.
These texts are good.
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, you know, we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something?
Well, she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and says she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me something.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. On Fridays, we give away beer. What's something you miss from the 90s? BMMS and what that is to 82945. Amber is on the line. Hi, Amber. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. Amber, what's something you miss from the 90s?
You know, I miss how excited you would get when your favorite songs came on the radio because you couldn't just stream it anytime you wanted. And having your little pink boom box ready to record it, and you have to hit play and record at the same time. I miss that.
And get some stupid idiot radio announcer talking over the beginning of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, calling radio stations and winning stuff. So, yep, it started when I was young.
Yeah. Yeah. The pink little cassette with I know exactly what the little radio is that you are talking about. I had one that was just a one speaker. I had a mono little boom box. Yeah, it was stupid. For sure. Well, we're going to hook you up. Gimpy, go ahead and tell her exactly what she's going to get.
You know, I miss the weed prices from the 90s. Now, granted, it was the worst weed ever, but goddamn was it affordable. Here's a free case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see the Oilers. Back to you, Corbin.
Amber, quick question. Were you the one, did you pop the tabs off so you couldn't record and then you'd have to put tape over? Or did you just, take your chances?
No, I just took my chances.
Yeah. Did you ever tape over one of your favorite songs?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm sure that happened quite a bit.
Yeah. I would love to hear one of those cassettes of the mix of like what you recorded.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
awesome.
I know. Too bad we didn't save all that stuff. Yep.
Hang on the line so Gimpy can get your info, all right?
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. Let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
The New England Patriots are going to honor quarterback Tom Brady during the team's home opener next season. On the NFL Network Thursday morning, team chairman and CEO Robert Kraft revealed he personally invited Brady to the game. Kraft said the NFL is over a century old, and 20% of those years of the NFL, the greatest player in the history of the game played right here. Brady announced his retirement after 23 seasons in the league in February. He won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. The NFL has released its full slate of 272 regular season games. The defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, kick off the season on September 7th for Thursday night football against the Detroit Lions at Arrowhead Stadium. Christmas Day will feature a triple header with the Chiefs hosting the Vegas Raiders, the Eagles welcoming the New York Giants to Lincoln Financial Field, and the Baltimore Ravens squaring off against the 49ers at Levi's Stadium. Kenneth Igano, an up-and-coming Filipino bantamweight boxer who only had one loss in his career, has died after collapsing in the ring following a fight last weekend. He was just 22 years old. The tragic incident was caught on video. It occurred on May 6th when Igano had 7-1 was his record with 3 knockouts, fought Jason Falcaran, who was 4-1 at the Imus Sports Gymnasium in the Philippines. You can see in this video, the bell rang. It was in the last round, and before they announced him as the winner by unanimous decision, he suddenly collapses to the floor from his corner. Another angle shows a closer look at the scary moment. You can see a trainer from his team literally holding him up, waiting for someone to bring him a chair. Eventually, someone does bring him an oxygen mask before he was transported out of the ring via stretcher. Sadly, Kenneth reportedly fell into a coma due to a brain hemorrhage, and he died 4 days later. The 8-round bout was part of Manny Pacquiao's TV show Blow by Blow, which features boxers on smaller cards. Prior to his death, Pacquiao reportedly said he would cover his medical bills. Igano began his boxing career in 2019, and he was on a 5-fight winning streak at the time of his death.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what their clearances are for someone to be eligible to fight. That's why the commission is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will protect the fighters. They will do all they can. I don't know how it works over there. But I've seen guys, I was just a part of a card where everything was set, and right before the fight, they checked a guy again, didn't clear him.
Oh.
They weren't sure, so they went ahead and checked him again. They're like, nope. They erred on the side of caution.
Well, it's good.
Yeah,
yes.
Maybe they should be doing it more often.
Yes, because that competitive nature in you won't stop you.
Right.
Right.
If
You
you
want to win.
Yeah, some of these guys, they have the dream to get to that next level, and they pour so much in it. They sacrifice so much that they'll ignore their body already because they're men, but ignore their body because of their competitive nature and put themselves in jeopardy.
And Kevin Harvick is looking to assert his Darlington dominance in the Goodyear 400 on Mother's Day. The NASCAR Cup Series field rolls into Darlington Raceway, where Harvick has won 3 times. The driver of the number 4 car also has 13 top 10 finishes in the last 14 races at the historic track. Denny Hamlin is hoping to build on his Advent Health 400 victory last weekend in Kansas. The green flag waves from Darlington on Sunday. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original.
It just makes
Right.
everything.
Or don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever, that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? Do you expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still, you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
Even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you
Look
have.
down my nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
If you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder?
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house,
Oh,
right?
no. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off guard.
away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress. Their lack of showering.
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever,
Yeah.
paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food. So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Because you're right. Life happens.
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza. Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. And it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 no. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first.
You're so
right?
bougie.
Yeah, right.
You're going over get high, and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans. And then,
Right.
yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
clear off the table and it'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh God. Oh. God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right? You're
obviously covering up a smell.
Yeah.
Right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass.
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mm-hmm.
And mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't, exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. 3 charged in kidnapping extortion plot. 3 people have been arrested after torturing a man in a hotel room in Tennessee. It happened on the 21st of this month when police say 25-year-old Jessica Mortensen lured a 25-year-old man to a hotel room. Inside the room, 41-year-old Harry Kingham and 37-year-old Joshua Frazier forced the victim to remove his clothes, then held him at gunpoint while taking him to the bank to withdraw thousands of dollars. The victim was then thrown out of the car in his driveway.
Oh, damn.
All 3 suspects then returned to the hotel where the incident happened. Where police found them.
Yeah, and you never go back to the scene. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
There's a drug involved, Lindsay. Can you guess what drug is involved?
Meth.
Yes.
Nothing good comes out of methamphetamine.
Nope.
Yeah, and apparently he made an arrangement because he knew this girl from high school,
Mhm.
and he made an arrangement for sex for $300, and the police were like, we're not charging him with solicitation. He's the victim here.
Mhm.
Right.
Even though he was participating in a crime, they knew he would fall for it.
Mhm.
They clearly took advantage of him for hours
Yeah.
and made him give up his information, so he's not getting charged with. So I don't know if maybe he was somebody of some sort of brain disorder or
Okay.
on the spectrum or something that made him, according to the news report, gullible.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe just one of those lonely dudes, and this was the hot chick in high school. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Megan
Mhm.
wants me now?
Yeah.
Well, Megan's, 45 right now and has got 6 kids and a drinking problem, but
Meth problem.
a meth problem. And, but it's okay because he remembers teenage Megan. And he's like, well, I'm going to get me some of that.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to touch my unicorn. And, well, they left you naked in your driveway.
Yeah.
On the upside of that, at least they dumped him in his driveway. and not, I don't know, traveling down the highway?
The police report said they threw him out of the car in his driveway with like a bag of garbage. That's what the report said.
Like a bag of garbage or with a bag of
like
garbage?
a bag of garbage.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he's alive and he is at his house.
All right. The proverbial question.
Uh-huh.
How many days off does he get after being kidnapped, tortured, thrown in his driveway like a bag of garbage? How many days off do you get from something like that? These are bonus days. You're not using vacation or sick days.
We're just going to go ahead and give you some time off to recoup.
Yeah, we as a company empathize with that crazy situation.
Mm-hmm.
You get some days off to recover. That happened on a Friday, the 21st of last Friday. Lindsay.
So does he have wounds? Like when we say he's tortured?
Irrelevant.
Let's not ask questions.
Well, give him.
How many days does he get off? He's been robbed. He's been abused.
Tortured, kidnapped, robbed, trust defiled.
Mm-hmm.
How many days?
I want to give him 2 weeks.
Okay. Because?
Especially if he's got wounds on him, I want to let him heal up.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. Qualifying people for Harley Days of May. We just qualified another person. Joshua Hayhurst of Tulsa heard the cue and is now qualified. Has a chance to win a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson Dyno Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles inside Oklahoma Outdoor World off Route 66 in Sapulpa. Qualify every hour with us and throughout the day as well from Steel Horse Motorcycles and 97.5 KMOD. Make sure you're listening because Mel is going to have a chance for you about 10:30 right before Pearl Jam and Jeremy. So be listening for that. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. Happy 26th porn star birthday to Gianna Dior. You can see this Alabaman get slammed in Breaking in the Ballerina, Dirty Little Mermaids, and Panty Sniffin' Step Bro. She was a penthouse pet and was a mistress of missionary nominee.
What was her last name again?
Dior.
Can you spell it?
D-I-O-R.
Good morning, Gimpy. Oh, good morning, Corbin. Like Corbin said, Joshua qualified for the Harley Days of May, and I'm going to be out at Hooters this next Thursday from 5 to 7. So if you can't get in on air, why don't you just join me down there, have some ice cold beer, have some wings, look at some boobs, and get qualified that way.
Time for willy-nilly. Anything you want to talk about, bring up something new, go back to something, and fresh off his Goodwill pizza trip to Washington, D.C. is our friend Mike from Andolini's. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Great. How are you all doing?
Good. So, how do you deal? There's so much polarity when it comes to any president now. How do you tell people about you meeting the president without them going, yeah, boy?
I'm happy I haven't had much of that because I've said, it's about, first off, I went to the White House, which is, I think, the most fascinating historical building in America for many reasons. So the history of the building, it's been gutted like 5 times.
It's hardly a house.
It's now, it started as a house and is now this massive infrastructure building with the tightest and most interesting security in the world. So that's one aspect of it. Then to meet a sitting president in the House of Lincoln, all that stuff was very like the surreal level for me on a daily basis is pretty high on what life is. And then that was now like, and then the add-on to this story to anyone who doesn't know is I go through the day, I go to the White House impromptu, didn't know I was going to go to a press conference that I didn't know was going to happen, then shake hands with the president, which was not planned. Like I had someone take a photo, they took the photo of me. I thought, okay, that was our day. Then I went back to an awards thing that I did not win, which was totally fine. There was no chance I was going to win this Small Business Person of the Year for the nation.
Right. We're totally skipping over the fact that you won this crazy award.
I'm on this award train. I'm Small Business Person of the Year for Oklahoma, and that's why I'm going there. And there's a luncheon, a fancy and albeit schmancy luncheon at the Waldorf Astoria, which is swagoo up the wazoo already. Mm-hmm. Then I go to dinner that night with some other people who won, lovely other entrepreneurs, and I get a text from you, Corbin, at 9:00 Eastern time that says, hey, did you meet the president today? And I said, yeah, how did you know? It's on effing Twitter, Mike. And I'm like, what? And it was the POTUS Twitter had taken a photo of all the people he met, me with the president and posted that, and then posted it on their Instagram, and just using my likeness up the wazoo of all the people he met. And I'm like, well, there we are. Quite the day.
Yeah. I don't know how you go to sleep. Do you ever have moments you're like, this is my life? Like, what a crazy event. Just being up for the award of Small Business Entrepreneur of the Year for Oklahoma, and then going to represent the state, and then all those things, not to mention restaurants, businesses, helping homeless people, propping up other businesses and helping them. Like, it's crazy what you and your brother have done, but you have done as well.
This year, after Guinness, I thought that was the biggest business high.
I didn't even hit that.
And then someone said, "Are you Pizza Forrest Gump?" So
I was going to ask you how many Dr. Peppers you had.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not. And as far as the polarity of the office, like if we're in a position where meeting the president of the United States is a controversial issue, then I think we've lost more than we've gained. That's my very non-political take on it.
Yeah. Well, what a crazy experience that has to do with pizza, but doesn't have to do with pizza all in the same realm, right?
Yeah.
Like you went there for your business and your work ethic and all that. And what Mandolini's does, it makes creative. I took some pizzas to my friends at Revive Men's Health and tried to pick the best pizzas to highlight just to make sure in case they'd never had it. And I couldn't even pick the right pizzas. So I did a straight cheese because you and I've talked about that is the basic entry level. How do you have somebody gauge your pizza? I did a half pepperoni, half sausage. I did the rustic cup pepperoni.
Yeah.
And then I did the Peppa Pig. Yeah. As the
Good
introduction.
choices.
Yeah.
It's dope. I love them. That's all good.
Everything, you guys have done a great job of making Andolini's perfect for any occasion, whether it's taking to a business, an office party, the president, like anything.
I wish we had pizza that day. I will also, a few other random notes on the off, like going there, the military that greets you are like the greatest concierges in the world, and they're so pristine, locked and cocked, and presentable. Like it's just they're like the prettiest people of the military that welcome you in, and they're so happy. And then the Marine Corps band is playing in all sorts of different sections, so there's no canned music. They're just playing music, and they're Marines playing music, which is just, oh, wow, I've heard about this. I've never seen that. And then walking in front of the columns, the famous White House columns. The first time I walk in front of them, they're super surreal. Then as I'm walking past them on the way out, I think to myself, I have seen those columns explode in no less than 7 movies.
Right.
I've seen like White House Down, Olympus Has Fallen, Independence Day, Mars Attacks. The list just starts going. Like you don't see things in real life that you've seen explode in TV too often. So that was where my pop culture brain went.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Mother's Day and all the great things. We're getting way off topic, but the visit to the White House, meeting the president, awesome. Mother's Day at Andolini's, awesome.
Yeah, we don't half-ass. We got a special, we had the special for pickup. I think the pre-orders are over for that now, but this is going to be a gnarly weekend in Tulsa. We got Mayfest going on. A lot of people are graduating. You got Mother's Day on Sunday. We got Live Golf in the mix. So there's a lot of orders going out. And the cool thing about our ops is we could feed, as you've seen, 3,400 people simultaneously for Guinness. We could feed your crew. And if you're doing a Mother's Day and you're like, hey, I don't want to go out, order pizzas for home. It's going to be, that's my suggestion. A lot of to-goes are a very popular thing Mother's Day, especially tomorrow with graduations. Go to a graduation party. What do they want to eat? They want to eat pizza. And if it's not pizza, you want something fancier, go for Prossimo. Go for brunch at Prossimo, do something like that. We have options across the board.
The outdoor area you just built there is beautiful. It's a really nice addition. It was just a patio before, but now it is a greenhouse. It's beautiful.
We super dig it, and Prossimo is kicking like no other. And if you've never had that brunch, I can't take credit for that brunch. That's all Chef Scott's. And that is the greatest brunch I've ever had in my life. That is so damn good.
Served every day, right?
Every day. We were like, why are we even messing around? It's so damn good. Just do it every day. Some people are like, I can't go there for brunch. It's too fancy. There's chandeliers. Like, do you want great pancakes or not? Because that's what we got. Whether it's in a parking lot or in a room with chandeliers, you want greatness, that's what Chef Scott's got for you.
Yeah, and your teacher doesn't need another Yeti mug or a Stanley mug. Get them a Andolini's gift card.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, so make sure you think about them for the end of the year stuff. Willy-nilly, anything you want to talk about, bring up something new, go back to something. What's something you missed from the 90s, Mike?
I have an answer that encapsulates everything, and it's proper MTV. Whether it's singled out, 120 minutes, Yo MTV Raps, the greatest comedic show that didn't last of all time, MTV's The State.
Yes.
The State, I could just stop there, but everything, the Video Music Awards, just the Road Rules, Real World, all of that stuff. It's just perfect. Like before TikTok, if you're over 35, you would just turn on MTV when you had dead air in life.
Yeah.
So true.
And now you don't have that.
Well, and we've had discussions off air in the hallways and stuff about how shows like 120 Minutes and Headbangers Ball and Yo MTV Raps and all those kind of help you know what music was. Now it all blends together. It's kind of hard to, it almost like you have to be told, right? And the branding that comes along with that is completely lost. Who do you go to now for that stuff? Right? It's almost hard. You've got to rely on one source usually. So yeah, you're right. It played a big role in framing music.
Music was so much more important because you would see the artist, you would see their visual of what they were putting out there, not just in the sound, but the visual. If you were interested enough in them, you would save money to then acquire them with so you had to, by spending money on music, you were like, okay, I'm invested. I'm going to invest in reading all these lyrics and knowing this album art and being a part of this experience and getting the album. And that meant it mattered. And now it's just loose.
Willy-nilly, anything you want to talk about, bring up something new. I like this question, especially from Mike. What's your biggest cooking fail? Lindsay, what's your biggest cooking fail?
My biggest cooking fail would have to be the first time I ever tried to make Swedish meatballs. Beef. Is it Swedish meatballs or beef stroganoff?
Well, they're very different.
Yeah. No, I think it was Swedish meatballs. And bless my husband's heart, he ate them and I wouldn't because I thought it was disgusting. But he ate them and I never attempted again.
Gimpy
made a pan of brownies once, and the brownies were all right. Everything was good to go, but regular left them in there a little bit too long. Got medicated. Yeah. And then the pan exploded, so I had nothing but glassy brownies. Totally ruined the whole pan. Couldn't use them. Had to throw them in the trash. Clean the oven out.
Mike,
I mean, in personal life, I don't know what I've done really too bad, but in the restaurant, we really tried to make duck confit work on a pizza, and Jim and I had gone back and forth. It's the only thing where we gave up. We were like, this doesn't work. Like
duck confit is where it's cooked in like butter or olive oil for slow cooked.
And then to try and do it after the fact didn't taste right, and then trying to bake it ruined it. And it was just like, to do duck on a pizza, we thought would be easier, and it was way harder, and it just didn't work. And we finally were like, this is just a hat in a hat. It's not going to work.
Mine's been pizza. I've either messed up the crust or I've went to slide it onto the baking steel and it rolled over. I mean, I've done countless number of times I've thrown a pizza peel across the room out of frustration. So pizza for sure I've messed up more than once. What's a new movie you have seen in the last month or so that you would recommend? Lindsay, what's a movie you have seen in the last month or so that you would recommend?
Within the last month, I did watch The Good Nurse on Netflix, and I would recommend that one. That's recommendable. That is based on a true story of the nurse that was killing patients, and it was good, and it's still currently on Netflix.
Gimpy,
I guess because I don't watch a lot of movies and TV and stuff, but I watched what was that, Murder Mystery 1 and 2 with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. They're pretty good.
Mike,
I'm trying to think. I'm really into Succession, but that's not new.
God, how good is that
It's
show?
so damn good. I guess Knives Out 2. I saw that one, and I was like, this is so good. Like, that's the funnest whodunit movie of all time. The first one, especially.
Yeah. Okay. Mine would be Trolls World Tour. Nice. I watched that recently with my children, and I was like, this is pretty good. It's about not just about music, but about music.
Mm-hmm.
Very educational musically. I was quite surprised with how good it was. All right. If you were back in kindergarten, what's your favorite game? If you're back in kindergarten, what's your favorite game?
from kindergarten. Red Rover. Red Rover sends Corbin right over, and then you have to break through our arms.
Okay. Gimpy.
Duck, goose, man. Yeah.
Mike.
Foursquare. I love
Foursquare all day, right?
Foursquare. That's awesome.
Yeah. Foursquare is a good one. Just to go with different tetherball, we had tether balls all throughout the on the playground.
Lucky.
And that was sure. It was awesome. And I was short, so people would do the dip down that would go right over me. And, yeah. But that was pretty awesome. Mike, would you put seafood on pizza?
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
There's some good pizzas with clam on them.
Oh my goodness. Well, pizza with clam is very old Americana. It's the Pepe Napolitana style, fresh clams on pizza. That's not like avant-garde. I mean, that's very classic America. And then you go to Japan, that's all they put on pizza. Stuffed shrimp crust, shrimp and cheese, shrimp. Everything shrimp. Diced up shrimp, ceviche, cold shrimp. It is a Bubba Gump-tastic style in the East Coast or in Japan.
I saw a campaign online, and I'm thinking about buying these stickers. And it says I don't go on pizza, and putting it on the cans of pineapple and pineapple in the grocery store. So funny to me.
Wrong for that.
Yeah. Everybody's got a thing. If it's for it, good. If you're against it, so what? It's completely fine. If you could invite 3 people to dinner other than family, who would you invite?
Dead or alive? Just any?
Yeah, it says if you could invite 3 people to dinner other than your family, who would you invite, Lindsay?
Let's go with Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, and someone else funny. Kevin Hart.
Gimpy.
You have to get a booster seat for him.
Yeah, you definitely have to get a booster seat.
I'm going to go Kate Upton for sure, Margot Robbie, and let's go with The Rock. Why not?
Okay. Mike?
I'm going Conan O'Brien, Tina Fey, McFoley.
Wow, those are good. Some of the ones I was going to pick have been said, so I'm going to go with, dang it. I'm going to go.
Who are you going to pick?
I was going to do Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, because how funny is that? And then I'm doing Patrick Mahomes. Like, why would I not?
Oh, yeah.
Right, there you go.
Why would I not his wife or his brother, but him?
Yeah, especially not his brother.
Yeah, to sit there and.
I gotta say, with Gimpy, you're gonna choose 2 super hot chicks and then a super hot dude.
Yeah, I know.
It sounds like you're setting yourself up for failure there.
That's it. I like voyeurism, man.
Sit in the corner.
Oh, somebody's reminding us. Mike, we need clarification. What is the official purpose of the white plastic that goes inside a pizza box
The
on
Barbie
top
table.
of the pizza? Yes. Yeah. What is the official name of it and what is the purpose?
It's called a box support. That's the technical answer. And the purpose of it is Bill Gates makes us put them in there to watch you. That's why we do it.
You have to be careful saying that because people will go, I knew it. Mike from the pizza place told me.
It's really so that way the top of the pizza box doesn't slam onto the cheese and then take all the cheese with it, especially when you're stacking multiple pizzas. But even with one, if you put anything on top of it, theoretically, or if people are just walking with it and apply some pressure, it's so that top of the box doesn't hit the cheese and then take all the cheese with it.
When that got introduced, is that a necessity? Like, do you feel like, oh yeah, you got to have those? Is that, and how much do they cost? Like, how much cost?
They're negligible. They're less than a penny each.
Wow. Because you buy so many.
Yeah, and when the real cost in a pizza is like putting a liner under it, which we do. We use perfect crust liners. That's an added expense, but we think that it helps make sure the pizza's not soggy by the time you get it. And the box in and of itself is an insane amount of money. I mean, think about it. If you go to like Home Depot and buy boxes to move, there's going to be, okay, hey, that's $8 a box or something.
Right.
Well, we're buying 20-inch boxes. So we're over like $1.50 for a box to hold your pizza.
Right, just for the pizza to go out the door.
And when you take into account food costs and the economy and everything, that matters a lot. That's a lot of money in a packaging perspective. So that's the real monetary investment. The box topper thing's not that bad.
Was it you that said there's a whole nother, you've used it for a different purpose, or you thought it was for this purpose?
Oh, he said
It was
for.
me, yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Gimpy.
Yeah, when you're taking your slice of pizza out of the box, you put your finger on the pizza saver there, and you pull your slice out that way, so you're not having to touch all the other slices that are in the box.
That is a you thing.
But it also makes sense. It's a good use for
that's
it.
a MacGyver approach, but no,
Yeah.
it's purely just to prevent cheese.
Yeah, and what do you do if the prong is in the pizza that you're trying to pull out?
Well, you move it. You pick it up and move it. You're just picking up the plastic piece. You're not touching the actual food. So your dirty D-beaters aren't getting all over my pepperoni.
What's the weirdest aftermarket thing that you've been tried to purchase for pizza or pizza boxes that you're like, no, who
Over
needs
pizza
that?
boxes? Well, there's one pizza box that would change the straight game in pizza boxing, and they can't get off the ground properly. It's it's almost like a clamshell box. It's a big ass circle. So instead of having to we have to make pizza boxes. That takes up a lot of time, and it's vented, and it's a strong material, so it doesn't need the box support, and it's also goes up and down on the bottom of the box, so therefore it does not need the liner. It's the perfect pizza box. It's just this company that owns the technology has never really got it to nationally, and also they don't go up to 20 inches. But when I saw it, I was like, that's perfect. That's the reinvention of the pizza box. They're going to make millions, but they just don't have their act together. But they own the copyright to this technology, so now no one has it. So it's the greatest pizza box that I can't get.
There is something to be said about a square pizza box and its ability to not slide around in transit.
Yes.
Where maybe a circular box would, a circular pizza container would slide around more. Kind of like how Amazon they only have certain boxes they use. That's why you get a box with like a little tiny thing in it, because they have it for packing reasons.
Yeah. This is like fiber plates. This is made of that material.
Okay.
And it's a circular disc. It's like a big ass frisbee or like a garbage can cover kind of thing, but it's vented. The bottom goes up and down, so your crust stays crisp. And again, I don't have to have staff making pizza boxes all day because it's already like a dome, a clamshell with a lid. So it works. Functionally, it's amazing. But again, and also the price, because the company has not gone to that level of production that they would need to produce, was like $250 each. We would need that box to be cheaper to be able to afford it functionally.
This is a question for Willy Nilly. How would you describe spiciness to someone that has never tasted anything spicy in life?
Ooh.
Lindsay.
Hot and sharp, maybe? Kind of imagine it being sharp on your tongue, like a knife cutting you, kind of.
Really selling it.
But it's not going to hurt you physically.
Right.
It's just imagine it being sharp.
You're saying that's not a good menu description? Like
someone's never had
cutting
something
you?
spicy. That's a very interesting question. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
I would say it's something that spicy the first time. If I was describing it to like my son, like first off, I'm not going to give him something spicy, but he's like, can I have that? Well, it's going to feel like burning in your mouth, but it's going to enliven your senses.
Right. Gimpy, what's yours?
Have you ever burned yourself before? All right. Put that feeling and sensation in your mouth and out your butthole.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I would go, it feels like little pins stabbing you over and over, and in a weird way gives you this weird dopamine of excitement.
Yeah.
Because that's people love, like, I don't know if I'd use if you've ever been burned, because people love it. People love eating spicy stuff. Like they'll be crying and saliva and snot. They're like, this is so good. You're like, okay, if that's your thing. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, so Andolini's, think about them for Mother's Day. You can have your mom go there. I recommend using the Andolini's app to order pizza. You can get it delivered or go pick it up, and you create points. That's why I did mine when I took pizza to my friends at Revive, so I could get the points for my purchase. And then don't forget about gift cards, maybe for mom or maybe for the teacher in your life as well. And the patios. You guys have a great patio on Cherry Street. The bar's on point. Make sure you check all the Andolini's for their patios. They all have a good location to enjoy food, whether it's inside or out. So and gelato as well. We're getting to that time, right?
For sure. Walk across the street or have it in-house. We make it identical to what you would have in Italy. And looking forward to seeing everyone this weekend.
All right. We're going to take a break. We want to know from you, what's something you miss from the 90s? BMMS and what that is to 82945.
Tulsa's morning show is...
Oh, there's a picture of you on your dating profile. Yeah.
About that. That was my friend's dog, and I
Yeah.
thought it would just,
It's a great picture of me.
bring you in.
They do say that people with dogs in their profile pictures
Totally.
get lots of hits.
You want to, if you're a single guy, there are two ways to pick up women, in my opinion. A dog in a park.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a dog park. You will find probably a woman with a dog.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I hope so.
Offer
Yeah.
to pick up your friend's kids at school where you have to walk in.
Oh, yeah. Single mom, single dad.
Just saying. Right? That would be the way to do it. All right. But Lindsay, well endowed.
Yeah, I would say get on a match. Hire a matchmaker. Hire a matchmaker. I don't think you're ever going to just find someone well endowed unless you are looking on someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if the answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing.
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
Right? If your objective's just to get that, go to the bar and ask guys.
Absolutely.
They will gladly tell you. And be ready to call them out on it. Because every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Now let's sit. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah. You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that. Mind-reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him about the hospital food. Guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first words. Everybody gather around. The hospital food sucks. Because it's a robot, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Somebody get him an in and out.
Yeah.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at Facebook. Not I love you, not thank you,
Right.
not
This is incredible.
yeah, none of those things.
What's
Hey,
that
I've been
say
waiting
for-
16 years to say something. None of that.
Mm-hmm. What's it say about the hospital food if it's that bad? Like all that overshadowed by the hospital food.
I mean, you kind of want to go, hey, it's just one guy's opinion.
We all know.
But he's been in the hospital 16 years. He's been like, oh, God, if I ever get the chance to talk again, this is.
2 Florida paramedics suspended after pronouncing a live man dead. 2 West Central Florida paramedics. This happened on a Wednesday in Clearwater Fire and Rescue. They were placed on administrative duty. WTSP TV reported the incident first. The paramedics from Station 47 responded to a call about a 65-year-old man in cardiac arrest. This happened at his private residence, and they showed up. The responders pronounced the man dead shortly after their arrival. Clearwater Fire and Rescue said in a statement, they left the area once deputies from the sheriff's office arrived to investigate. And according to the news release, a deputy noticed the patient was breathing and requested medical crews to return to the scene. Then Largo fire rescue crews were called and reached the scene about 28 minutes later. And the man was then transmitted to a hospital where he's recovering, according to another TV outlet. Upon notification of the incident, the Clearwater Fire and Rescue team immediately removed both fire medics from their normal duties and discontinued their abilities to provide patient care in conjunction with the county's medical director. They said, on behalf of the city, I apologize for the actions.
No, they're real sorry.
And the inactions of our crew during this incident. He said, we have strict policies and procedures in place that were not followed. According to our preliminary review, these 2 did not perform to the standard of care that our citizens expect and deserve.
They have to say that. They can't say they did everything according to code.
Yeah. Right.
They can't.
Because they didn't.
Because then everyone's going to be put under scrutiny. They've got to put it on those 2 people.
Mhm.
But I can't imagine they showed up with eating a Slim Jim and a big gulp going, yeah, he ain't moving. He looks dead. Maybe they didn't. But I'm assuming they showed up, followed the protocols. I don't know, put 2 fingers on the neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever those protocols are.
Mirror underneath the nose. Well, he ain't breathing. He's got to be dead.
You're there. You call 911. Paramedics show up, and they just do 2 fingers under the throat, which is not a correct way to check to see if someone's alive, by the way. And good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. All morning long, friggin' A Friday, we've been asking you, what's something you miss from the 90s? Case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see Oilers football at the BOK Center tomorrow night. And Blake has been waiting. Hello, Blake. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Blake, what's something you miss from the 90s?
You know, I miss the sound of dial-up internet.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something like really nostalgic about it. Like every time, like it's ingrained in my brain.
You know, you could just open YouTube and just hit play and then start cruising the internet, or at least believe that's how it works.
Yeah. I've done that a few times. I've looked up the sound and shown my students and stuff before that. They're all blown away that dial-up internet even existed.
Yeah, I read at one point AOL had like 51% of the 61% or some crazy number of the CD manufacturing market.
Oh, right. Wow. Yes.
Just to get their CDs out there. We're right on, man. Gimpy's going to tell you exactly what you've won.
You know, back in the 90s, Lindsay didn't have to worry about kids or even working with 2 douchebags like us. Enjoy a case of Coors Light and a pair of tickets to see the Oilers in action. Back to you guys.
Hang on the line so Gimpy can get your personal info and have a fantastic weekend.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate it. We were talking about Mother's Day. Mike from Annalini's is still with us. What, because I know the answer for some of you. If your mom, it was still around, what would you get your mom for Mother's Day, or what are you getting your mom for Mother's Day, Lindsay?
Not a damn thing. No, well, we'll celebrate when she's here in June.
Yeah,
we'll take her
for
to
Father's
dinner.
Day.
Yeah, for Father's Day, basically. Yeah, we'll go to dinner.
Yeah,
when she's here.
Talk some more.
Yeah. Oh, geez, man, Gimpy.
Gimpy's new future wife is going to be Lindsay's mom. She's got a thing for Gimpy.
Yeah. So don't call me daddy.
She loves the sound of Gimpy's voice.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
He's a provider.
She wants Gimpy to do the merman for her. Gimpy, what is it you're going to get Lindsay's mom for Mother's Day?
Yeah.
You know what? Probably some nice edible underwear. Some of that edible massage oils that you can get at Patricia's.
Okay.
Yeah. Have some toys, maybe some furry handcuffs or something like that. We're blending Valentine's Day and Mother's Day.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Tell her watch out.
I know your dad's still around.
Yeah,
is your mom?
My mom passed in 2015, but if I was to get her something, I would get her the last crumb cookies, the big drop.
Yeah.
And I know exactly, I would be like, Mom, these are $160. $160 for cookies? And she'd be like, they are so rich. I know the reactions I would get from her would be so like, why would anyone do this? I would just have fun with it. That would be what I would love to have gotten her.
Yeah.
So troll your mom for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're getting this supposed to be decadent,
She would enjoy it, but it would just be over the top. Because if I got her flowers, like, why would you spend money on that? Everything you get, like at some point, edible arrangements, I don't like strawberries that much. It's just everything was a negative. So I'd have to get a positive, either a photo, a card, a basic ass gift, or something that was like, so what? So at some point, that's what I would do. It's fun to get your parents to like react like that.
I'll get her, we always do a card. The kids get her a card, and then I take her to like a day baseball game because she likes going to watch baseball games. So I take her down to the stadium, drink some beers, watch football or some baseball. And with it being, when it gets warm, we usually last about 4 innings, and they're like, you want to go? Oh, yeah. It's more of the gesture and the ability to have a hot dog out in the stands and stuff like that. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But Mother's Day is a great time to make sure you spend time with your mom, and because you don't know when there's going to be another one. Definitely people in this room can attest to that when it comes to Mother's Day. And for me, it's always important also to recognize the people that are mothers too. So Lindsay, hope you have a good Mother's Day. I hope you do something special. Are you guys going to plan anything?
I have no idea what Kevin has up his sleeve. I have no clue.
Well, because in the past, you've always said like, oh, we're going to do XYZ or whatever.
I mean, I know we're going to church in the morning, and that's about it. I have no idea.
What will your disappointment level be if they plan nothing?
As long as I don't have to cook or clean, I'm fine with anything else. I
don't
mind.
believe you.
No, I don't
No
mind
gift,
like a
no
lazy
card?
day. Oh no, there better be at least a card.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to
so
be
then
thought
not just
of.
so they're not just cleaning and
Right. Like we're buying a house, so like I don't spend a lot of money. Give me a card though, at least. The very least.
Card, and what would be a pristine Lindsay gift for Sunday?
Franzia.
Yeah,
Box.
some wine.
Blush.
Or I like Stella Rosa wine. That's my brand.
Yeah, good. Get what you want.
Some shambongs.
Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah, have you seen the little guns that you put the wine in?
I have.
Huh? That's class.
Yeah. I don't need it, but.
Right on. Well, happy Mother's Day. All right, we got to take a break, and we'll be back.
Police found 3 shell casings, a black cell phone, and a sweet potato with a hole through it at the scene. Investigators reportedly found his DNA on the sweet potato.
Pause.
He used it.
There's only 2 reasons that sweet tater has a hole in it.
You don't put holes in potatoes.
You do if you want to stick something in it.
You don't. I am not aware and it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, of any delicacy made with pomme de terre, apples of the earth, that have a hole in it. Now, twice baked potatoes, sure.
Yeah.
You scoop everything out, make the mashed taters with everything, put it back in, crisp it up, right?
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's about it. I can't think of another, and I've never seen that done with sweet potatoes. Not that I couldn't. The skin's not as dense as a regular potato.
Yeah. So picture this. He
mm.
holds the potato. My mouse says the potato, or my.
Everybody who's watching at home, yeah.
He used the sweet potato as a silencer.
Yeah, got it from a TV show.
Yes, he sure did.
Oh.
In court, prosecutors recalled a scene in the hit HBO series The Wire when a sweet potato was used to mask a gunshot.
I think a sweet potato is the worst potato to use as a silencer.
Oh, okay. Say
because
more.
it's weird shape. All right. Most sweet taters are oddly shaped. If you want a good tater to silence your pistol, you're going to use like a regular bacon potato, right? Something large, girthy,
No.
not something that's all weird and jagged looking.
Here's why I say a sweet potato makes a great silencer, because of its odd shape. They're so weird. Most times you have sort of a skinny side to it and then the wider side to it. So you have kind of like a handle and then the part for the gun to go through.
I would go with the density of the material on the inside of a regular potato or like a russet.
Minor
A
points.
russet is like not. It's not as dense as the interior of a sweet potato. But to me, the amount of work you have to do.
I wouldn't be holding the tater up to the gun and then pulling the trigger. I'm afraid something happened and end up blowing a thumb off.
Yes.
I would be drilling a hole in said tater and then slide it over the barrel.
What? And then you got to make sure you have the right drill bit.
Right.
This feels like a lot. Just take a 2-liter bottle like he did in The Shooter.
Right. Or an old oil filter. You get that from a lot of zombie video games.
Right. Or maybe sleep on it.
And then come back
and then decide if it's still something you want to go after.
I don't want to shoot this person now.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that was what you were getting ready to demonstrate.
Uh-huh.
I literally thought I was witnessing someone's last moment on radio. I was like, go ahead, girl. See what you got. We all control our own destiny.
Right.
Why didn't you stop her? Why? You tell me not to intervene.
Right? Here on the Big Man Morning Show, we let them hang themselves.
Yeah.
Woman busted with vagina meth. They started off as a typical traffic stop last week where police had stopped Anthony Peza and his girlfriend Tiffany Chapman. They asked them, hey, y'all got any drugs in the car? And they're like, nah, man, we're good. They're like, all right, well, you're going to have to get out of the car so we can search it. And they're like, okay. So they get out of the car and the deputies start searching the car. Well, in the car, while they're searching, they found all kinds of stuff. They found paraphernalia, baggies, scales. They found another bag that had several different prescription bottles in it with the labels removed, which is not good.
Not like that.
So while they're searching the car, Tiffany's like, hey, I've got meth in my muff. And they're like, huh? And they're like, she's like, yeah, you might want to come get this. So they call a female deputy out.
I believe the audio sounded like this. I think you want to come get this.
So they call a female officer out and she ends up retrieving 10.8 grams of meth from the woman's box. And
glove box.
They ended up busting both of them for the same thing. They both got busted for trafficking meth. They both got busted for possession of marijuana and paraphernalia. And they are both sitting in the pokey right now.
I know some of you are thinking, did she get any breaks because she let them know she had illegal contraband inside her muff? Probably not. You're supposed to tell them.
Yeah, because if you go into the jail with it,
oh yeah,
that's an extra charge.
Viral video shows car dealer peeing on woman's ID. This happens in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. Police there are looking into a viral video that appears to show a car dealership urinating on a woman's driver's license. In a Facebook post, the victim said she left her ID at a used car dealership in Kenosha over the weekend. A few hours later, she was home eating cheese and then was horrified to see a video of someone peeing on it making the rounds on social media. It's unclear if anyone will be held accountable. On a positive note, the dealership wants to offer the victim a free car. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. I just got this alert. And if it's true, like, you know, there's going to be a crazy story that goes along with it. Okay. This is in Louisiana. A dead body has been found inside a freezer of an Arby's restaurant.
Oh my goodness.
I saw that earlier this morning, as a matter of fact, and I said, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, apparently this is from last night, but I just got the alert. Law enforcement and other agencies are on the scene of an Arby's in Louisiana after a dead body was discovered and had been inside of a freezer of an Arby's restaurant in New Iberia, Louisiana. The Arby's restaurant has been closed as police are investigating the incident. Well, that's good.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I feel like they should obviously close it. Yeah. Can I get my curly fries, though?
Right. You clean out that freezer completely and start all over again, don't
Dude,
you?
I think you got to close it. It's over.
Just close that location.
Uh-huh.
And it's got to be knocked down.
That's fair.
Yeah, because it's going to be known as the body where, like,
right.
How do you justify in people's minds that it's been fixed?
Right.
It's been cleaned properly. And I think the only way to do that is to get rid of it.
Well, what's that say for other Arby's in the area as well?
I think that's a different issue, right? That's a PR issue. We're talking about, PTSD of that. When people can point or walk into where that happened, it feels a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's different. And how they died is also important.
Right.
If they had a heart attack or got stuck in the freezer, people will totally look past that.
Right.
But if it was malicious in any way, then it definitely has to be knocked down and destroyed.
Right. Nobody wants brain matter on their beef and cheddar.
Yeah. I'm sure they do all the things and clean it up and whatever. But it might be an incident where somebody got, but it was at 9 o'clock in the afternoon. Then how long had it been there? Had it been there all day?
Right.
They functioned all day. They did a lunch rush and a dinner rush.
Somebody had to go in there and get a bag of curly fries, stuff, whatever. Because, they run out eventually. They only stock so much out there in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You got to go back and get more.
So then if somebody was in there and went to get curly fries and they're like, hey, Patrick never came back. And they're like, maybe he quit and then he died in there. That's a possibility.
Right.
Could be somebody that worked there and stored a body there, but that feels like there'd be camera footage. It's in, it's a standalone in a parking lot. So people would see the, the carpet all rolled up and all that. So,
right.
An unruly customer, maybe.
Yeah, no, that's not it at all. That's not even close.
Never know.
No, I feel pretty confident that the other patrons in the restaurant or the other employees would know.
Like a Dick Tracy over there.
Right.
Got it figured out.
All right, Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Mike used the white plastic pizza tables for his Barbies too. And after getting a taste of olive oil, Gimpy now knows why Popeye only ate spinach.
Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
I'd rather have olive oil. No, I learned that there's about 23 people out there that don't mind riding a bike with a broken seat. That's weird. And I also learned that we may be responsible for the death of a listener this weekend. I don't know.
I learned, I miss that girl so much. My wife never liked her, but... And I also learned famous Asian Americans. We'll wait. It's Corbin saying, make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay. Stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy, and I'm sorry.
Far too kind.
And then you're like, hey, these horses are ruining my view. Let's sue and make like as if the horse wants to leave.
I don't think the horse wants to leave.
I think the others, I mean, I don't know. How'd they get there?
That's a good point.
It's an island. So how'd they get there?
I mean, animals run away all the time.
True.
So, I mean, they could have just bounced at any point in time.
Except this is an island.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So unless they built a boat or Noah was available, I don't know how they got there. Unless, like, maybe the water receded dramatically.
Right.
And allowed them to trot a gaggle of them. That's not the right term. Of them across. What is it for a lot of
I think I heard.
Okay.
Herd of horses.